leading installer for roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. Sharon Regional Health System, dedicated to serving the community. Joe and the Legal Group, ready to help you seek justice for your injury. St. Paul's in Greenville, and the Ridgewood at Shenango Valley Senior Living Communities. Grove City Area Federal Credit Union, banking but better. Attorney Bill Moe, excellence, experience, and integrity. UPMC Health System, changing healthcare, changing lives. Mercer County State Bank, community-minded since 1911. Mancino's Driving School, where safe driving starts. Bay's Pub and Grill, make it special, make it Bay's. The Sharon American Legion Post 299. Strong advocates for veterans and their families. Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958. Hermitage Rotary Club, offering hope for those struggling with prescription opioids. Mailer Insurance, trusted for generations. DK Auto LLC in Grove City, specializing in southern vehicles up to $15,000.
Coming to you live from the County of Champions, high school football here in the Lawrence County.
Services. Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding, offering exterior upgrades online at pennohiorc.com. Sharon Community Health Center, providing compassionate and affordable health care. 21st Century Energy Group, the area's leader in fuel delivery. Please thank these outstanding sponsors for supporting all of our high school sports broadcasts throughout the season on News Talk 790 WPIC and Sports Radio 96.7.
It's time to go to the field with our Countdown to Kickoff show with our game announcers,
Eric Thomas and Chris Birch.
Tonight from Grove City High School, it is the District 10 semifinals in Single A. It is the Wilmington Greyhounds, the number 1 seed, the defending champions at 7-3 overall, taking on the Cambridge Spring Blue Devils, coached by Nathan Liberty at 8-3. Eric Thomas and Chris Birch with you here tonight as we get you set on Countdown to Kickoff for tonight's semifinal. And Chris, this is basically on the pocket schedule for Wilmington. We know that. Yeah. What can we expect tonight from this Greyhounds team? They do come off a loss. They come off a bye as well.
Yeah.
And Cambridge Springs, hungry, happy to be here, ready to go. They're trying to meet this challenge here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about it, Eric, that, this is kind of like for Wilmington, they really pieced together a terrific non-region schedule to go with their usual tough region schedule that included Farrell and Reynolds. And so they really kind of feel a lot better about the kind of the way that they've been prepared for the playoffs this year compared to last year with their regular season. But yeah, they played a great Karn City team in Week 10, took a tough loss to them, and then they had this bye week in round 1. And they come into this game. I think certainly you could say prohibitive favorites. However, like you said, this Cambridge Springs team certainly has some weapons. They have the ability to run the ball, keep the Wilmington offense off the field if they can move the chains. And, so lots of things that certainly could go right for Cambridge Springs. But I think this particular Wilmington team, they are a complete team. They have, somebody who can really make plays at every position. And, should be a great night for the Hounds.
The Wilmington Greyhounds run the ball 89% of the time. Cambridge Springs runs it about 89% of the time as well.
Yeah.
Over-under on passes tonight, what do you say, 8? Well, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that range?
I tell you what, though, 2 weeks ago, I covered that Wilmington-Karn City game, and Wilmington found out that, okay, if somebody can take our run away, we certainly have a passing game. And, again, so I think you're probably right. I think 9 plays out of every 11 being runs for both of these teams is about accurate. But I definitely think that Week 10 game 2 weeks ago for this Wilmington team did show them that, hey, if we have to pass the ball, we can.
This is these two teams. Wilmington, obviously, one of the gold standards in Single A in District 10. Yep. Cambridge Springs, you talked to Nathan Liberty a little bit before the game, and you kind of get the sense he said, hey, we're young.
Yeah.
And that was exactly the position that Wilmington was in a season ago. So much like Wilmington, this Cambridge Springs team is kind of trying to put it together, and they've got a couple of upperclassmen, but they're a young team. This might be their stepping stone, much like it was for Wilmington a season ago.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, certainly, a young football team that had a great regular season like Cambridge Springs did. They got that nice playoff win a week ago. Yeah, I mean, if they can win this game, all of a sudden you could be looking at a Cambridge Springs team that might be ready to make a run. Again, it's a lot of youth against a lot of experience. But Cambridge Springs' best players, they are guys whose names we've been talking about a lot. Hoover, the quarterback, the running back, Kenya. So, these are guys that have been around, have experience, and they're going to have to be the guys that come up big tonight against the Hounds.
We'll give you the starting lineups here coming up soon, but let's take a quick look at the weather here tonight as well. It's 48 degrees right around kickoff. It'll be about 46, and then we're going to dip into the low 40s before all is said and done here tonight. It is actually a really nice night outside. It's a little chilly, as expected for early November, but it is awfully nice compared to what we had come through the region yesterday that soaked a lot of the fields for playoffs here and then down south in the Pittsburgh region. It is a gorgeous night for high school football here tonight in Grove City. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from Wilmington head coach Brandon Fillion. Chris had a chance to talk to him a little bit ago down on the field. He's ready to go, and we're ready to go here tonight from Grove City. It's the District 10 semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
Yeah, we're going to the interview now.
So are we. We're a locally owned independent bank. Because of that, we make our loan decisions right here at the bank. You don't have to wait for some out-of-town loan committee to get together. We offer fast, quick answers on your loan requests.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
It's not just a room, but a sanctuary. At Warner's Homes and Improvements, they believe in taking the time to get it right. That's why they are proud to introduce their bathroom installation service, where done in a day is a thing of the past. Prince of bathroom designed for you, not the clock. Visit Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or at warnerconstruction.com. Warner's Homes and Improvements, for your bathroom is our masterpiece. Don't rush perfection.
Looking for a place where you or a loved one can thrive with a community that cares? Discover the Ridgewood at Shenango Valley, where independent living meets peace of mind. Our private apartments offer the freedom to live on your terms, with personal care and daily assistance available if needed. Short-term stays are also available. For more information or to schedule your in-person tour, visit rwsv.org or call 724-347-0998. The Ridgewood at Shenango Valley, where comfort, care, and community come together. Equal housing opportunity.
One moment I was on my way to my son's ball game. The next, I was being placed in an ambulance. I needed help. That's why I called the Joanna Legal Group.
Call the Joanna Legal Group toll-free at 888-347-1411. Please visit them at joannalegalgroup.com. That's Joanow legalgroup.com. Or call toll-free at 888-347-1411. Joanna Legal Group, when you deserve more. No fee unless we win or settle your case.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by the 21st Century Energy Group, the area's leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. Visit them online at 21stcenturyenergygroup.com.
I'm joined by Wilmington head coach Brandon Fillion, and Coach, here we are back in the playoff football here. Always great to bump into you. How did the week go for you? I guess the 2 weeks for you.
Well, first of all, Chris Birch, always a pleasure to talk with you. It's just great seeing you in any capacity, whether it's broadcast partner capacity or you calling, one of our playoff games. So it's certainly great to have you here tonight. But I think it's so funny. how different a bye week can feel from one year to the next. I think when you look back at last season, 2 byes in the regular season and a bye to start the playoffs, it just felt like a lot of weeks without games, talking to the players in the offseason. I said, Coach, if there's one thing we could do from last season, to this season was, can we try to fill some of those games? So we worked tirelessly to do that. But this year, after playing a 10-game schedule, 11 straight weeks of competition with a really good scrimmage against a good Northeast team, the bye week came at the right time for us. It was a great opportunity for guys to really recover their bodies, let those bumps and bruises heal up, go back and work on some of those fundamental things that, quite honestly, in some cases we haven't hit since camp, which is hard to believe, but it's just when you're playing the grind of the regular season schedule that we did, just didn't have a chance to do some of those things. So it was really a good opportunity for our football team, and I believe a week that made us better.
You look at your team, and again, you mentioned it. I'm not sure there's anybody that played a tougher non-region schedule than you guys did. I mean, just all of the teams you played in the region obviously were good in a region with Farrell. That's all you need to know, right? But you also played some great non-region games. So you head into the playoffs here, the second season, whatever you want to call it. What are sort of some of the things that you kind of look to hang your hat on here in this second season?
Well, there's no doubt, Chris. And, one of the things that I always say is when I'm looking the boys in the eyes, when I'm talking to them as a team, I say, I'm never going to say something that's hollow, guys. If I tell you something, it's going to be authentic and it's going to be real. I'm not going to try to blow smoke. You guys are too smart for that. One of the things that I told them is take a look at the schedule that we played versus the schedule that, some other folks have played. And, you guys evaluate that, and I said, that's your homework assignment. And then we came back the next day and we did that. And I think when you really take a look around, you'd say, wow, Wilmington definitely played one of the tougher schedules that you're going to find. And I believe now is when it pays off, Chris. That galvanizes you. It makes you battle-tested. You've been in tight situations. All of a sudden it's not the first time in the playoffs. You got to grip those handlebars tight and hold on. So I really think that schedule that we played in the regular season, I think that second season, as you said, something you want to hang your hat on in the second season. I think that being battle-tested because of the schedule we played is something that we feel is going to give us an advantage here in the postseason.
That's great stuff, Coach. We were talking off air a little bit about how, in this Class A, there obviously was quite a drop-off after the better teams. But now the 4 teams that are left, all really good teams, including this Cambridge Springs opponent tonight. What are some of the things that concern you about Cambridge Springs?
Well, there's no doubt, Chris. I think all 4 of the teams are remaining very, very good football teams, and this Cambridge Springs team is no exception. They run the ball very well. Yeah. 2 teams who point blank want to run the football. Possessions are going to become more valuable because the game's going to be shorter just stylistically based on the 2 offenses. And they've got guys who they break tackles. The first guy rarely brings them down. They've got a big line that gets off the football. So, it's a very, very good team. And, we anticipate a very, very good matchup, which you'd certainly expect in the district semis.
Quarterback that rushed for almost 1,500 yards, too. That's certainly not something you see every week.
Yeah, no doubt. And, it's one of those deals when you have a quarterback that can run like that, it changes your box number. Now you've got to account for another number in there. It's not a kid who's just going to hand the ball off. So that causes you to have to do some different things defensively. So it's a very, very good offense, no doubt. The numbers certainly indicate that as well. But it's an offense that, we've got to put our best foot forward in order to defend here tonight.
You mentioned a lot of them, but if you had to kind of really galvanize it, what are some of the keys for your team to have success tonight?
Well, I think first and foremost, Chris, in a game, when you expect possessions to be at a premium, I think it's limiting the mistakes. I think it's turnovers and penalties. It's something that, we have done a good job of this season as we've limited the turnovers. We've created turnovers and we've limited the penalties. So that has to continue here tonight, first and foremost. Second, I think, offensively, we've got to establish the line of scrimmage. You were on the call for that Karn City game. I would say that, we did not establish the line of scrimmage that night like we typically, tend to do when we're successful. So we've got to establish the line of scrimmage when we're on offense. And defensively, we can't give up the big play. This is a good football team. It's a good offense. Hey, we've got to force them to earn any points that they come away with. We've got to keep the ball in front of us, make them keep snapping it, and not give up the big play.
Right. Coach, always a great bump in India. Again, it seems like over the years, I've covered maybe 1 game of yours in the regular season, then like 4 in the playoffs. So I look forward to that kind of run again. Congrats on a great regular season, and good luck as you start the second season here tonight.
I appreciate it big time, Chris. Always a pleasure talking with you, and hopefully we'll play well tonight. We'll get to do it some more this season. Have a great call.
No question. Those are the thoughts of Wilmington head coach Brandon Fillion as he gets his Hounds ready for the District 10 semifinals here live at Grove City, Wilmington versus Cambridge Springs. Pre-game continues on Sports Radio 96.7 and the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Thursday and Friday. First number called at 6:45. Join us for trivia night every Thursday at 6 p.m. Our grill room serves
and engineering teams do it all. Extreme Machine and Fab offers competitive wages and competitive benefits. Apply today at extrememachinefab.com.
Join the EMF team. Innovate, grow, succeed. Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by the 21st Century Energy Group, the area's leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. Visit them online at 21stcenturyenergygroup.com.
And we're back here at Grove City High School. Eric Thomas and Chris Birch as we get you closer to kickoff here tonight between Wilmington and Cambridge Springs. We're about 12 minutes away from the start of tonight's game. Tonight's game is brought to you by Dallas Hartman PC, local law firm helping injured victims of car accidents, medical malpractice, and work injuries. There's never a fee unless they get money for you. For more information, go to dallashartman.com. Good conversation there with Brendan Fillion, and he's ready to go. I mean, if we have shared resources all season between our two broadcasting outlets, I've said from the jump that I think this Wilmington team is going to make a run to the state championship game at Cumberland Valley, and we'll see if they can do that. But the first step is going to be to repeat as District 10 champs. They got to take the first step towards that tonight against Cambridge Springs. What's different about this Wilmington team this year? Is it just the fact that they're a year older?
Yeah.
Are they more mature? Is what you've seen from them this year? What makes them the favorite or better than what they were a year ago?
I mean, I don't think it's actually much of a secret when it comes to this Wilmington team. What kind of has made them tick, this year compared to a year ago. Last year, they obviously had all kinds of talent. Obviously Chase Mitchelltree last year as a sophomore was already a superstar. They had, that big, strong, young offensive and defensive line. But they had 4 seniors on the whole team. One of them had just come out for the team after a couple of years off. One of them was out for the year. So they really only had a couple of seniors that were even contributing out on the field. So, there was certainly some growing pains for them just as far as the youth that they had, that kind of void of senior leadership. There's just something about having seniors to call everybody kind of to attention and all of that, and they didn't really have that last year. And, Coach Fillion talked a lot about that at the beginning of this year. And now this year, all of a sudden, the seniors have been great. This is a great senior class, as far as leadership, as far as, their talent and what they're able to bring. And then, the stars of this team, a lot of them are juniors, which is different than the stars of your team being sophomores, right? I mean, there's just a maturity between 10th and 11th grade that, kind of can't be denied. And I think that we've seen a lot of that with this team. The other thing about this team, I think, compared to a year ago, is their depth. This is a team that, if they rotate quarterbacks in, they rotate running backs in, all of a sudden they have a lot of guys that can play each one of the 11 positions on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think it's interesting you bring up the senior leadership because it's the offensive line that's all seniors.
Right.
So that's a big, big plus for this team. I don't know, just seeing them from afar last year, that if they suffer the kind of injury that they did early in the season with Mistretta,
right,
the running back, I don't know that they overcome that last year.
Right.
That's a big loss for them last year. It's a big loss for them this year too, but you're right. The depth on this team is just off the charts for single A, and they do have a pretty good size roster for a single A school too. We're going to see a lot of two-way guys, a lot of double numbers for Cambridge Springs tonight, not as deep as Wilmington in this game. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They're being brought to you by the 21st Century Energy Group. The 21st Century Energy Group is the area leader in residential and commercial fuel delivery. Call them today for your home heating or commercial fuel needs, and don't forget to follow them on Facebook or visit them at 21stcenturyenergy.com. For Cambridge Springs tonight, their offense is going to look like this from left to right. On the offensive line, it's going to be Jesse Mott, Latavian Fitzpatrick, Robert Smith, and Connor Astor. And they'll mix and match a couple of different combinations of the tight end spot, but Caden McFerrin and Matt Ross will rotate in there as well. The quarterback tonight, Brandon Hoover, he's a good one. Only completes 44% of his passes, but he's run for 1,500 yards almost. So he's a 1-2 punch, and we'll talk about punch number 2 here in a second. But that presents a little bit of a problem for this Wilmington team when you have that dual-threat quarterback. They, much like Wilmington, will not throw much, but their quarterback much, much more important as far as a pure runner than what Wilmington is.
Well, I mean, and when you think about it, you know, you think about a quarterback who hands the ball off to a star running back. Essentially, that's a 10-man offense, right? Whereas when you have a running back that is kind of your star runner, that means that there are 10 other guys who are blocking for him. It adds a whole other element. And it's different than a running quarterback. You think about quarterbacks who drop back, and if they get flushed out of the pocket, they can pick up yards, with their legs on a broken play. He actually runs the football, kind of designed runs, more than maybe anybody that Wilmington has seen so far this year. And it does. It adds an extra blocker. It adds an extra element. Each linebacker can be picked up by a blocker. So it's definitely a challenge for any defense, and for this Hounds Hammer defense tonight, it will be.
Brett Kanya is the other combo runner there as this team goes for 310 a game on the ground. Kanya, 1,351 yards. He is the leading rusher, the second leading rusher on this team behind Hoover. For Wilmington defensively tonight, the end is going to be Maverick Whitting along with Cam Kettering. The inside guys will be Jacob Coulter and Colin Raleigh. And then the linebackers tonight, Rowan Miller, who's been fantastic this season, along with Cale Kettering, also fantastic this season, Andrew Miller as well, and Danny Leonard. And then your secondary, Wesley Vascal and Freddie Zettner are at the corners. Chase Mitchelltree will be your safety tonight. When Cambridge Springs is on defense, up front, it's going to be Mott, Fitzpatrick, and Smith, along with, they're going to go 3-man front, along with Dale Smith actually is the other one at the end spot. And then linebackers tonight, John Daly, it's going to be Caden McFerrin, Matt Ross, and Wyatt Keem. The corner is going to be their corners tonight are Isaac Lanowitz, and also Brett Kanya will be the other corner in this offense, and the free safety will be Brandon Hoover. For the Greyhounds offensively, a lot of you know the number and the names by now. It's going to be Rowan Miller who gets to start at quarterback tonight. The backfield, Chase Mitchelltree, Cale Kettering, and also Cam Kettering. Freddie Zettner, the split end. From left to right up front, it'll be Jacob Coulter, Maverick Whitting. The center is Aiden Boyer. The right guard is Danny Leonard, and Colin Raleigh is going to be your right tackle. All of those guys, again, seniors, so that makes a big difference in this type of game. And, again, Cambridge Springs, Nate Liberty saying before the game, we're happy to be here, but we're young, and we're just kind of learning how we got to get through these type of things. That sounds awfully familiar to me compared to what Wilmington was in a year ago, and you just talked about it as you're watching the captains here. If you're watching the video coverage tonight, we thank you for tuning into that, but you can see the captains headed out there to midfield. Big shout-out to Ashley Pistachio and also James Dotson for the video coverage here tonight. As we have that component added for you. You can watch this game along with listening to us here tonight on Sports Radio 96.7.
I mean, I think, Eric, one of the biggest challenges, certainly for any team playing Wilmington and focusing on Cambridge Springs, you said it when you were going over the starting lineups. Cam Kettering, Jacob Coulter, Colin Raleigh, and Maverick Whiting. I mean, those guys are, Coulter and Raleigh are huge, 250, 280, and then Kettering and Whiting on those defensive end spots, they're actually like basketball players, like 6'1", 185. They can move. They're rangy. They're tall, and they are really physical. And I have a feeling that this, they were challenged a little bit this week because Karn City, they were the one team this year that kind of was able to dominate the line of scrimmage against this Wilmington team. So a great offensive line, a great defensive line, similar people on both sides of the ball. And I'm sure they had a week this week in practice where they were challenged probably in the film room and maybe a little bit on the field. So they're going to come out here ready to kind of show their dominance again.
Wilmington won the toss, and they will receive the kick, and we'll have the kick for you. Coming up next, it's the District 10 semifinals, Wilmington and Cambridge Springs on Sports Radio 96.7.
They offer agent in Hermitage is Reinhardt's Insurance. Get a quote at 724-342-2291 or visit reinhardts.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
The tax team at Reed & Daly Associates is the area's #1 income tax service. Reed & Daly built their practice one client at a time and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed & Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed & Daly Associates on South Fuel Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaly.com.
Why is your auto loan not at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union? Seriously, why isn't it? If you financed your vehicle at the dealership, you're probably paying way more than you need. Refinance today and receive up to $100 from us. Lower your rate, shrink your payment, and smile more every month. It's fast and simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word auto to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
Gosh, honey, what's got you all chef-tastic?
You know, it's our kitchen remodel. It's got me all inspired.
Ooh, are you inspired enough to make dessert?
As a matter of fact.
Is it chocolate? Oh, it's chocolate! I love you. Get inspiration all your own with a brand new kitchen from Warner's Homes. We create new kitchens that dreams are made of. We buy direct from the manufacturers using top quality materials with no shortcuts. The latest in style and functionality for a fair price. Call Warner's today and get inspired. Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or online at warnersconstruction.com.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
Back here at Grove City High School, Eric Thomas and Chris Birch with you as we're about set for kickoff tonight. Wilmington will be the home team here, so they're in the home navy with the yellow and white numbers and the yellow trim around the white numbers. It'll be Cambridge Springs in the visiting uniforms, white tops with black pants, and the royal blue numbers with the black trim around the edges. Wilmington again will receive the kickoff, so we'll see the Hounds offense on the field first tonight in that powerful running attack led by Chase Mitchell-Tree. 89% rush attack this season. You know, the stat that Professor Briggs gave us before the game, how about the fewest penalty? 47 penalties the whole year. I've done games where I feel like 47 penalties happen in one night. I mean,
right. Yeah, and I mean that is year after year after year, going back to Coach Farrelly and certainly now Coach Fillion. That's been something about this Wilmington team. They do not make mistakes that kind of self-inflicted wounds. They don't do it, and it's one of the reasons why they've been so successful. Not only in games where they're clearly the better team, but also in games where they're evenly matched.
Mitchell-Tree and Zettner are back deep to receive the kick. It's Freddie on the near side, and Chase Mitchell-Tree is on the far hash. Kick will come from left to right if you're listening to us tonight. And Wilmington will attack the end zone to our left here at Grove City High School. It's a perfect night for high school football here in northwestern Pennsylvania, Mercer County, and we are ready to go here tonight for the District 10 semifinals.
Couldn't beat it. Can't beat the weather for mid-November tonight.
No, absolutely not. It is a gorgeous night outside here at Grove City High School. As the kickoff will be an end over end, and it's angling towards the sideline, and it will go out of bounds. And it'll be, let's see, we got the flag, and it looks like Wilmington's just going to take the penalty and start 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
There might be people that maybe tuned in that think, it's interesting that Wilmington won the toss and elected to receive, right? Usually you see teams.
Nope, they're going to re-kick it, actually.
Okay.
So they opted to take the re-kicks. They're going to back up Cambridge Springs and redo it here. They want the ball in Zettner or Mitchell-Tree's hands.
No
I don't
doubt.
blame them.
Yeah, I don't blame them either. Yeah, Zehetner has played so well both of the games I've covered of Wilmington's this year. I saw their Reynolds game and their Karn City game, and Zehetner was great in both of those games.
So we'll re-tee it here from the 35, and again, it'll come from left to right. It's the same two back to receive, Mitchell-Tree on the far hash and Zehetner on the near hash. See if they kick to either one of them.
That's why they kicked it out of bounds, because they were trying to not kick it to either of them, but kind of went off as, when you're thinking about I need to try to aim it somewhere, it's hard to kick it inbounds.
So off the redo here, we are officially underway again. It's going to be a pop-up kickoff as it's going to go out of bounds once again. Cale Kettering lets that just drift out of bounds right near the 35-yard line.
See what they do.
Brandon Fillion, do you do it again?
I think so. I think he's going to take him, kick it again.
Going to keep moving them up, moving them back, and moving your return man up.
Yeah.
Little gamesmanship here from the now veteran Brandon Fillion.
How about that? That's so much fun with Coach Fillion when he was an assistant calling the games, when Coach Varelli was at the helm on those long state playoff runs. And then Coach Fillion and I have done a little bit of this ourselves, Eric. He is the play-by-play guy in hoops, and me as the color man. So he's multifaceted coach and broadcaster like myself. So
good talk with him before the game tonight. He's always a fun guy to talk to and pick his brain a little bit. Reminds me so much of a younger Jim Roth. I don't know if the longtime Southern Columbia head coach. They kind of have some of the same tenure when you talk to him. So again, it's going to be Zettner on the near hash, Mitchell-Tree on the far hash. Kickoff now will come from the 30, left to right. And we're going to be back underway once again. This one will be returnable. Zettner's going to have it at the 32, and he slipped and fell.
Wow.
Right forward there near the 33-yard line. So that's where Wilmington's going to put it in play, 1st and 10.
So all that for a 2-yard loss, right? I mean, they could have had it at the 35 both times, but, Zehetner caught it and fell. And so still pretty good starting field position for this Wilmington offense. Just to finish that thought, Eric, that I was saying before they made them kick again, is you think, well, isn't it usual that the team would, kind of win the toss and defer to the second half? But Wilmington wants to have the football, and they want to kind of move the chains and not give Cambridge Springs' offense as few possessions as possible.
Wing each way. They'll pitch it to Mitchell-Tree on play 1 of the night. He bounces off Miller, and then he is stood up as he fights his way to the 35-yard line. It's going to be a short gain that time for Mitchell-Tree as they tried to catch him. Kevin Russell, along with Wyatt Keem, in on the stop that time for Cambridge Springs.
How about Cambridge Springs that time along the line of scrimmage? Certainly kind of walling up, and then Kevin Russell getting off the block there and not allowing Chase Mitchell-Tree, a guy that you do not want to give kind of any open space, just no room to maneuver for him.
Going to line up again, short gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 for Wilmington. Greyhounds go again with the wing each way. It's Mitchell-Tree on the far side. In motion goes Cale Kettering. He gets the handoff, whips around the right edge, turns upfield, has the first down, cuts back towards the far hash, and then he's going to be tackled over the 45 of Cambridge Springs and a big first down for Wilmington on the second play of the night. They get right into Cambridge Springs territory.
Yeah, how about that misdirection there? Everybody thought it was going to be that midline play, but instead it goes to Kettering, and he gets out on the edge. And, again, it's just he's very difficult to catch. He's tough to angle up, I like to call it. And able to pick up a big chunk of yardage before he's able.
Gain of 19, first down of the night. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for Wilmington. It's Kettering on the near side and Mitchell-Tree on the far. They go Mitchell-Tree, a little end around. Chase turns it upfield, turns on the Jets. Mitchell-Tree down the sideline, and he's going to get tackled out of bounds deep in Cambridge Springs territory. They're going to mark him out right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 34, another first down, and it should be about 1st and goal coming up for Wilmington. And they're going to, and there was a flag down.
Yeah, okay.
For a blindside block, so it's going to bring it back.
Yeah, you could see you had some linemen down the field. I almost was about to say, Eric, what great downfield blocking, but one of those downfield blockings that opened things up so much for Mitchell-Tree was a blindside block.
Yeah, so it's a shame that wipes out that big run.
Yeah.
And it's going to take it back 15, replay the down. So the ball's going to go back into Wilmington territory at the 41.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big loss.
Yeah, Mitchell-Tree basically was around the play already, too. That's the tough part about it. That's such a bang-bang play. He doesn't need much in the way of a blindside block to get loose. Going to line up in the wing again. It's Vascal now at quarterback. Mitchell-Tree, they're going to run the same thing around the near side, and Chase gets back across the 50 into Cambridge Springs territory and almost got all the penalty yards back, just a couple yards shy of that. Brandon Hoover is going to bring him down along with Kevin Russell.
Yeah, pretty good push along the line of scrimmage there for Wilmington's offensive line, and Mitchell-Tree again. He got into that linebacking core and then just made one guy miss and was able to get to, like you said, most of the penalty yardage back. Sets them up with a second down and at least kind of reasonable to break it down into the 2, if not 3 downs.
Wing again, same setup. Pascal fakes. He looks. He's going to take off far side, directing traffic, and then he throws it. Pass is caught on the far sideline. There is another flag down.
Yeah.
That was hauled in by Cam Kettery, and this looks like it might be an ineligible man downfield.
That's what it was for sure. Yeah, he was just kind of rolling to his right, trying to buy a little bit of time. And, just awfully tough for those offensive linemen to hang out that long and not get down the floor.
So a couple penalties here on Wilmington that wipe out. Still would have been a third down situation for the Greyhounds, but it wipes out what it was. So they're trying to get that yardage back. Would have set up a third down and somewhat manageable for them had that play stuck, but 2 penalties here back-to-back.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, you just made a big deal about it in the pregame, didn't you? About 47 penalties on the season for this team. That's 4.7 penalties per game already. Almost half of that here.
Had to talk about it, didn't I? It's always the announcer curse, isn't it? Pascal's going to roll out to pass again, looking downfield, directing traffic, trying to lead his receiver, floats it up top, and Mitchell-Tree was running underneath of it, but he couldn't connect. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 19.
Yeah, and that's what they like with Vascal, Eric, is he very much is kind of a passing quarterback in an offense that runs 90% of the time. But he can roll out, make things happen, and find receivers down the field, and almost was able to hit Mitchell-Tree for a big gainer there.
Vascal, 57% on the regular season passing, only threw for 260 yards though. And he's going to stay out there at the spot. Rowan Miller is out there, but he is going to split out to the near side.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 19. Vasquez drops straight back. Now he cuts to his left. He looks. He's going to have to take off, ducked his head, got to the 50, and then was taken down as he got over the 50-yard line by Jesse Mott, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, obviously aided very much by the 2 penalties, but Cambridge Springs doing a nice job. They've kind of bottled up the run a little bit and doing a really good job on these passing plays of getting enough pressure on Vascal and then, getting some good coverage down the field that he just doesn't have anybody to throw to after he rolls out.
Vascal is going to kick it away. Hoover is the return man for Cambridge Springs. He's back deep to receive, standing at about his 15. Vascal puts his foot into one. Nice end over end. That Hoover's going to watch hit right around the 8 and trickle on into the end zone for the touchback. So Cambridge Springs, first offensive series of the night. They're going to take over in their own territory with 8:13 to go in the first quarter as they hold on here. A couple of penalties aided that defense, but Cambridge Springs offense taking the field for the first time.
Yeah, again, a couple of big plays for the Wilmington offense that were called back with penalties, something that's really uncharacteristic for them, but still, you got to tip your cap to Cambridge Springs. A good start for their defense.
So here comes Hoover and company. Brett Canyon, we understand, battling some injuries, so we don't know how much we're going to see of him tonight. Kevin Russell is in the backfield. They got extra blockers in there. Hoover going to fake it. Hoover going to keep. Wilmington's defense stays at home. He's going to manage to get a couple on the play as Cale Kettering comes up to make the stop. After Hoover slipped through initial contact, it'll be 2nd down and about 9, second down and 8.
Yeah, they're trying to create a bunch of misdirection there with all of the pre-snap shifts. But a good job by the Wilmington linebacking core, Cale Kettering staying at home and bottling that up to just a 2+ yard gain.
It's going to be a straight T behind Hoover once again. Now they shift out of it. Going to pitch. And that's going nowhere as Rowan Miller flying in there. Got some help that time from Jacob Coulter. That was all Miller that time to limit it, and it's going to be 3rd down.
See what they did there, Eric. They had Dale Smith playing quarterback, and he actually pitched it to Brandon Hoover, who's now playing in that spot that Kenya's not in. So Cambridge Springs trying some things to, kind of limit the availability of their star running back, Brett Kenya.
Yeah, we were told right before the game we're not sure how much he's going to play. They do have Dale Smith in there, again at quarterback. We get a timeout called, and it's going to be charged to Cambridge Springs with 6:57 to go in the first quarter. As we have no score here between Cambridge Springs and Wilmington, we'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to the District 10 semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7. So back here at Grove City out of the timeout, it's going to be 3rd and 8 for Cambridge Springs as Smith will hand it off again. And they're going to have the first down. That's going to be Wyatt Keem who has the run that time.
Yeah.
And that's going to be enough for a Cambridge Springs first down.
Yeah, Keem usually that runs out of that split end position, but he was back there at tailback that time. And able to find a nice little seam along the right side of the offensive line. Broke a tackle, and by doing that, he was able to get a first down.
Got up to the 32-yard line. And the snap, Hoover's going to have it. They go a little end around. Coming near side is Keem. He's got space, trying to get to the edge. And he's going to have another first down up near midfield, driven out of bounds on the 49-yard line by Vascal, but it's another stick mover, a gain of 18 that time for Keem.
Yeah.
And Cambridge Springs has come to play here tonight.
Yeah, double handoff there, Eric. Yeah, the kind of that modified scissors play, maybe a little wider than the traditional scissors play, but a double handoff, and yeah, Wyatt Keem looking really fast out in the open field after that second handoff, and another first down for the Blue Devils.
Team going to stay out there in the backfield. Russell in as an extra blocker, and Smith will motion away from the formation. Going to get a flag here, pre-snap, and a false start going to be called against Cambridge Springs, so that'll move them back 5.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of shifting, aren't they? And certainly that's always the risk that you run when you do a lot of that is that kind of pre-snap, not everybody being set, not everybody being where they need to be.
So out of the penalty, going to push it back, make it 1st and 15. Hoover, Smith in motion away from us. Snap, Hoover going to keep. Hoover trying to follow for the moment Keem's block, but that never developed, and the Wilmington defense in the backfield in a hurry as Danny Leonard along with Jacob Coulter make the stop.
Yeah, Jacob Coulter, 6'2", 280 pounds, really kind of plugging things up. And the rest of the blue shirt cavalry arriving. So finally kind of stymieing the Cambridge Springs running game right there.
Second down and 15 for the Blue Devils. So they send McFerrin out wide to the far side. Now they move Smith into the slot far side. Hoover's out of the shotgun. Motion once again. And or the pitch rather goes to Keem. He bobbled the ball. It's loose on the turf. And we'll see. It looks like Cambridge Springs. Nope, it's Wilmington who comes up with it. That play took forever to develop, and Hoover on the pitch. Keem never had a shot to hang on to it cleanly, and Cam Kettering was able to pounce on it for the Greyhounds.
How about that? Yeah. A little bit of we'll call it miscommunication. I don't know if that's the right term, but I think Keem had kind of almost turned his shoulders and was getting ready to block for Brandon Hoover, but instead Hoover pitched it to him kind of way up high. He had to go kind of up and behind him to catch the pitch. And sure enough, Keem not able to handle it, and the Hounds hammer defense able to fall on it.
Wilmington gets it on the Cambridgeburg side of the 50, 1st and 10 from the 48. Miller is back in there at quarterback, and he hands off on 1st down. That is going to be to the other Kettering, Cam Kettering. Almost 500 yards rushing himself this season. Those Ketterings are a handful.
Yeah. You got those two, Mitchell Tree, and then, of course, the quarterback, Rowe and Miller. They can all run it. This is a little bit, when Miller's in, you can almost kind of, you know that this old kind of the triple option that Wilmington traditionally runs is what they're going to try to go with.
Wing near side is Cale Kettering. Pitch wide to Mitchell Tree. Found space. Mitchell Tree bounces to the outside, gets through a couple defenders, and he is down to the 30-yard line of Cambridge Springs on a gain of 17. No flag that time.
Yeah.
And a 1st down for Wilmington.
Awesome block by Maverick Whiting down the field, and Mitchell Tree was going to turn that into a nice little gain, but then when Whiting made that block, that opened up another hole to the outside, and Mitchell Tree was off to the races.
Going to mark him officially at the 31. Here's a 1st down. It's going to be Miller in there again. Deep back is going to be Cam Kettering. Wing near side is Mitchell Tree. Wing far side, Cale Kettering. They go inside. Nope, they gave it to Mitchell Tree. He went around the right side, and he's going to get a nice gain on 1st down inside the 30. He's going to be taken down right around the 27-yard line.
Yeah, good, really good push again by that Wilmington offensive line. And Mitchell Tree, he has that almost like Barry Sanders-like maneuvering where he's in traffic, but he's almost impossible to kind of get your mitts around him and bring him down in traffic.
Brandon Hoover had the stop that time for Cambridge Springs. It is 2nd down and 1 for Wilmington as they attack the end zone to our left. Pitch to Mitchell Tree following the wall, and he's going to get the 1st down. And shaken up on the play that time is Danny Leonard, who had the lead block.
Yeah.
But it is going to be a 1st down for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, that was a heck of a lead block, too. But, yeah, that's it. Wilmington needed a couple to get a 1st down, and they get it. So this has been kind of a very, I guess you could say, traditional Wilmington drive here.
4th carry for Mitchell Tree here in the 1st quarter. 3:22 to go in the 1st quarter. Miller going to pitch to Mitchell Tree, running right side, cuts back. Mitchell Tree found space, and he's all alone, and he's all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. 21-yard touchdown run for Chase Mitchell Tree. And we got our first points of the night as Wilmington takes a 6-0 lead with 3:13 to go in the 1st.
Yeah, Miller pitching it to Mitchell Tree, the old student body right out of this triple option offense here of Wilmington, and Mitchell Tree able to find a seam, no white shirts between him and the end zone, and he's able to sprint into the end zone and get the Greyhounds on the board. Got to love the kind of the rhythm of this Wilmington offense that time.
Point after try by Turbo. He was having some issues in the pregame. He pushed a couple to the left, but that first point after try is good. And Wilmington has a 7-0 lead on Cambridge Springs. We'll take a timeout. 3:13 to go, 1st quarter. Wilmington in front on Sports Radio 96.7.
You home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Top Tier Federal Credit Union is now open at 2790 East State Street in Hermitage, near Cranex. Stop in or start your membership application online at toptierfcu.org. The credit union offers checking, savings, loans, and much more, and they incentivize you to do business with them with their special bonus dividend. Top Tier Federal Credit Union, everything banking should be. Personalized, simple, and member-focused. Now open at 2790 East State Street in Hermitage, near Cranex. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
The 1st quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
7-0 Wilmington after Chase Mitchell Tree's 21-yard touchdown run. as he has given the Greyhounds the earlier lead. There's action going on all across the area tonight, including a couple in 2A. That's one to keep an eye on.
Farrell got a safety on the first series of the game by Mercier's Prep, so it's 2-0 Farrell at the end of the first quarter up in Titusville, and Greenville striking first in that other single A semifinal. Greenville up 7-0 on Reynolds.
Well, Saturday night football here in District 10. Gotta love it here as Turbo will boot it away. This one end over end is going to be returnable. Keem is back there right around his 10. Comes across the 15 up to the 25, and he is stopped there by a slew of blue shirts, and that's where Cambridge Springs will put it in play with 3:07 to go in the opening quarter, trailing 3-0.
Yeah, again, Cambridge Springs able to move the football last time pretty well. And let's see if they can, kind of put it together here. It ended up in the, the turnover on the bad pitch from Hoover to Keem. But we'll see what Cambridge comes up with this time. But certainly they have to be encouraged by their first possession.
Yeah, no Brett Kania yet, and it looks like we're not going to see him here if we do at all. Now would probably be the time here as Dale Smith is going to be under center. He is going to hand off. It's Hoover. Hoover with a nice head of steam and a stiff arm on Zettner. And he's going to be dragged down by Zettner. We get a flag that comes in late, and there's one in the backfield as well. So 2 on the play here with 2:59 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, the flag along the line of scrimmage came out right as the ball was being snapped. So perhaps some kind of a formation issue for Cambridge Springs.
You got to hand it to Nate Liberty here tonight, though, because I'm sure he knew ahead of time, obviously, that Kenya was going to be banged up. But having to piece that together, it's a personal foul. Face mask is going to go against Wilmington. They were offsetting penalties, so there was one against Cambridge Springs and one against Wilmington. They'll offset, and we'll replay the down with 2:59 to go.
Yeah.
But just to be able to piece that together and
right.
then to look at your quarterback, your starting quarterback, and go, hey, by the way, you're our number 1 running back tonight, and we're going to mix in all these other guys. You got to scramble to come up with that type of scheme here to get ready for this game. And, credit to him. He's trying to design it as best he can and throw Wilmington off guard.
Right. And it's
so far
tough.
It's worked.
Yeah.
It's worked pretty well for him so far.
No question. It's just tough, too, to take a weapon such as Kenya out of the action against a team like Wilmington,
You
right?
need all hands on deck.
Correct.
That's the MO here when you're going against the Greyhounds. Hoover is back in the shotgun this time as Smith is in the slot. Lanowitz gonna fake it to him. Hoover trying to find room, and he can't. And that was a great play by Cam Kettering initially, who was in the backfield, and then everybody else follows suit to throw Hoover down for a short gain.
Yeah, they just kind of that play fake there to Lanowitz coming on that jet sweep action, but he tucked the ball and tried to run, and there's just nowhere for him to go along that line of scrimmage. A great job by Cam Kettering. Just kind of right out of central casting for a linebacker, right? Just clogging things up.
He's even got the name of a linebacker. Cam Kettering just sounds like a dude that wants to hit people.
Yes.
They give it to Keem, and he is swarmed and dropped. Cale Kettering, along with Danny Leonard that time, make the stop for Wilmington with 2:05 to go in the first quarter. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 for Cambridge.
Yeah, that's Cale Kettering, Danny Leonard, the outside linebacker and the middle linebacker. If the defensive front is just kind of holding up the line of scrimmage like that, the linebackers can just kind of tee off on the running backs, and that's exactly what it looked like that time.
Cambridge Springs has run 7 plays in this game so far, all of them runs. And they've managed just 31 yards on those 7 plays. 1:35 to go. It's 3rd down and 10 from the 26. Hoover out of the shotgun, going to roll to the far side. Looks, Hoover pumps. Hoover cuts back, has to try to make something happen, and the Wilmington defense is all over it once again, and they drop him back at the 25 for a sack with 1:17 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, that was the defensive end, Cam Kettering again. Just kind of slinging blockers off of him and getting into the backfield of Cambridge Springs and just not allowing it to go anywhere.
Maverick Whiting also in on that stop as well. And Zettner and Mitchell Trio go back deep to receive the punt with under a minute to go here in the first quarter, as Wilmington has a 7-0 lead. Zahetner is on the far hash, and it's Mitchell Tree on the near hash. Play clock is dwindling down here to 3. Cambridge Springs, they will get it off. And the punt end over end is going to one hop over Mitchell Tree's head. He gets it. Mitchell Tree to the 45 to the 50. He's popped there. We got flags down everywhere. One from each side here. As Mitchell Tree got to the 50, a short return, and we'll check the flags.
Yeah, you almost get the sense that the first one was a block, an illegal block by Wilmington, but the second one might have been a face mask on Cambridge Springs. So we'll see if maybe there's some kind of offsetting situation here. I don't like to speculate before the signal, but they were kind of both in that area.
Speculate away, my friend.
Okay.
It's a world of speculation.
Yes. Yeah, but I mean, the first one kind of came right as he made that break, and then the second one came on the tackle. So very often you see that, so see what they sort out here.
Still trying to sort this out. And they got to figure out, number one, where the first penalty took place. They're going to mark this off from like the 46, right around the 45, 44. So it takes it back to the 43, I guess, is where it was marked, because it's marked at the 33 now.
All right, so there was no face mask, just an illegal block, right as Mitchell Tree kind of made the break kind of to get out into the middle in the open field.
So Wilmington will start 1st and 10 from its own 33 with 25 and a half to go in the quarter. Third possession here for the Greyhounds. They give it to Cale Kettering. He cuts back, Kettering to the 40, and then he's going to fight his way across the 40 to the 41. Good run on first down for Kettering. Picks up a good chunk of yardage. Going to leave a second and short as we're down to 10 seconds, and that should do it for the first 12 minutes.
Yeah, just that kind of tight jet sweep action. Kettering able to make the turn and kind of drag the corner back a few yards and pick up 8 on first down, Eric.
And that is going to do it for the first quarter. The only score right now, Chase Mitchell Tree, a 21-yard touchdown run. Wilmington has a 7-0 lead. We'll go to the second quarter here from Grove City High School. You're listening to the District 10 semifinals in Single A on Sports Radio 96.7.
Passionate individuals who love to help others and who will nurture meaningful relationships with the clients we care for. Parents with school-aged children, college students, retirees, or anyone seeking a role that fits around their life will find this opportunity especially rewarding. Visit stpaul's1867.org/join our team to apply for a companion or care partner position with St. Paul's Without Walls home-based services. St. Paul's is an equal opportunity employer.
Bay's Pub and Grill awards the October 2025 Mercer County Team of the Month. Bay's is proud to announce that Mercer Girls Cross Country is the October Mercer County Team of the Month. Congratulations to Mercer coach Mike Mornowek and his District 10 championship team, as they are the October Bay's Pub and Grill Mercer County Team of the Month. Mercer Girls Cross Country, the Bay's Mercer County Team of the Month. For more information, visit bayspubandgrill.com.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group for all of your roofing, siding, and exterior needs.
Second quarter begins here at Grove City High School. Eric Thomas and Chris Birch with you after an 8-yard gain to close the first. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Greyhounds as we swap ends. Wilmington will now attack the end zone to our right, and they got it here 2nd and 2.
You know, I think all things kind of washing out here, Eric, the Cambridge Springs would take 7-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Absolutely.
Just kind of a close to the vest game, and they're playing well defensively. And, you know, Wilmington obviously a few more big plays, but they've kind of been able to bottle up this, really explosive offense.
2nd and 2 for Wilmington. It's Miller under center. He pitches to Mitchell Tree, running left side, found space. Got the first down as he's across the 45, up to midfield and across the 50 into Cambridge Springs territory. They're going to mark him actually right at the 50. It's a gain of 9 and a first down, the 4th one tonight for Wilmington.
How about Danny Leonard there, pulling from that right guard position, going the whole way across the field through a great block for Mitchell Tree to make it so he could turn the corner. Just got to love these athletic linemen of Wilmington.
Chase unofficially 6 carries for 67 yards here in the first half. And a first down for Wilmington. Nose of the ball resting on the 50. It is on the Wilmington side of the 50 here, so just got to get it across midfield. Wings each way. Miller hands off. Cale Kettering trying to get to the near side. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Goodbye, touchdown Wilmington. 50-yard touchdown run for Cale Kettering. And with 11:11 to go in the first half, it's 13-0 Greyhounds.
Cale Kettering just kind of coming off of that jet sweep action. And then you see the blocking down the field. And then he was able to hit that seam. Absolutely no one coming across. Just able to outsprint everybody into the end zone for a big touchdown for Cale Kettering and this Wilmington Greyhound offense.
Turbo to add the extra point out of the hold of Zahetner. Uprights to our right. This is the end he was having some trouble in earlier tonight in warm-ups, but that one is high end over end and splits the poles, and Turbo is 2 for 2, and Wilmington is up 14-0. Cale Kettering, a 50-yard touchdown run to give Wilmington a 2-score lead. You're listening to the District 10 Single A semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
Mercer County Behavioral Health Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Heritage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
For generations, Sharon Regional Health System has been a trusted choice for high-quality health care. Our team of skilled primary care and specialists provide patient-centered care for every stage of life, offering a full range of services from same-day and walk-in PCP appointments, general surgery, walk-in express care, and emergency life-saving treatment. To schedule, call the Sharon Regional Physician Referral Line at 724-347-1861 or visit SharonRegionalHealthSystem.org. Sharon Regional Health System, continuing the legacy of healthcare in our community.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group for all of your roofing, siding, and exterior needs.
Cale Kettering, a 50-yard touchdown jog, and he's got 3 carries, 77 yards, and a score tonight. 14-0 Wilmington as we are at the 11:11 mark of the second quarter. Eric Thomas and Chris Birch here with you tonight at Grove City High School. And Cambridge Springs now finds itself in a 2-touchdown hole thanks to this power rushing attack by the Greyhounds.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a decent job kind of bottling them up, but it comes down to just a couple of plays here for the Greyhounds.
And it's Hoover who bobbles the kick. He is going to get swarmed and maybe get to the 24. Riot Keem, I beg your pardon, had the return that time.
Cale Kettering, right back in action, right around a 50-yard touchdown run, and then gets down and lowers the boom on the kick returner. All over the place for this Greyhounds team.
There is a flag on the play. It's a hold against Cambridge Springs, so that's going to push it back 10. It's like baseball. When you make the out, then you come up and have the big hit the next at bat.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, you always love catching that third out, knowing that you're leading off the next inning.
It's always funny how that works out. So Cambridge Springs now without their top tailback or their top running back option, going to start here 1st and 10. Backed up on their own 12. It's a handoff. And really nothing doing there. It's like that was Kevin Russell who got the carry that time. How often do you see number 79 get a carry?
Yeah, not very often. But Russell, 5'7", 210. I mean, that's a very much kind of a fullback-sized player, right, for Cambridge Springs. So, but pretty well bottled up by the Hounds' hammer, and just a 2+ yard gain there, 3-yard gain.
So line up again, 2nd and 7. Hoover going to get the snap, or rather Keem going to get the snap this time. Oh, that was Hoover, I beg your pardon. And he is going to get thrown down for a loss in the backfield as well. And there is Jacob Coulter once again.
Yeah.
Yes. Defense is really playing well here tonight for Wilmington. It's going to bring up a third down for Cambridge Springs as we hit 10 minutes to go until halftime.
Yeah, I mean, Coulter and Colin Raleigh are just wearing down the Cambridge Springs offensive line. That's about 340 pounds between the two of them. And they are just kind of slowly but surely getting further and further into the Cambridge Springs backfield with each snap.
It's going to be a third down now. Hoover in the shotgun. He is flanked by Keem standing to his left, I beg your pardon. He'll hand it off to Keem. He cuts back, slipped through one, and then we get a late flag that flies in as the tackle was being made. That is big Danny Leonard who has the stop. We'll see about the flag. This is in the area of holding.
Yeah.
Referees are talking about it here.
Yeah, it looked kind of
personal foul. It's going to be a personal foul against Wilmington. So this will be a 15-yard flag and a first down for Cambridge Springs.
Yeah, just some extra stuff going on as the tackle was being made. Two guys that were tangled up, a long way from the football across the field. You can see Jacob Coulter kind of looking over to the sideline like, what do you want me to do? He's grabbing me.
He's going to take the ball up across the 30. Nose of the ball is on the 32. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Cambridge Springs with 9:26 to go. Running clock here in the second quarter. Blue Devils attack the end zone to our left. Wilmington leads at 14-0. Snap, Hoover. They go double handoff. Keem to the far side. Keem to the sideline, and then he's upended by Cale Kettering on the far side at the 40. They're going to give him forward progress to the 42, it looks like.
Yeah,
Kettering did a nice job to stand over there and hit him.
Yeah, no doubt. That double handoff play, we've seen that now twice from Cambridge Springs, and it's been effective. The Wilmington defense is so hard charging at the ball that when you can get them, with some misdirection there, you can pick up some nice yardage, and they've done that both times.
Keem's been the offense here for Cambridge Springs in this first half. Leads them in rushing. They have yet to attempt a pass as they go power formation behind Hoover. They hand it off, banging through the middle. Is going to be, let's see, as they uncork the pile, it's going to be Russell once again. Short gain that time, and again in on the stop, Jacob Coulter.
Yeah, and you can really see they're almost having auditions, to kind of run that handoff up the middle that usually goes to Kenya.
Yeah, they are really short a man here. Knows the ball resting on the 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain that time by Russell. And Hoover standing, no, he is out. It's Smith in there. They go double handoff again. Keem coming to the near side. Got a good block. Keem found some room, and he's going to carry everybody into Wilmington territory inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. A first down on a gain of 9 that time for Keem. He continues to run the ball well.
Yeah, the double handoff, again, you just cannot kind of train a defense to not do what they're good at, and that's fly to the football. So that double handoff has been effective here for Cambridge Springs.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils, 44-yard line in Wilmington, 7:40 to go first half. And they've been mixing and matching the quarterbacks. The backfield is overloaded. It's
crazy.
Russell, it's Hoover, and it's Keem all in the backfield. Slot is Smith, the far side. Receiver deep far side. Hoover going to keep. Hoover cuts back on the far hash, and he's tackled right around the 40-yard line. Down to the 30, they're going to give him to the 40-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain that time. But, the importance of that run, though, they just need to keep pushing the sticks. And that's exactly what they're doing
That's
here.
what they're doing here. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. They're doing a lot of unbalanced line stuff. They're doing a lot of misdirection, and like you said, they're bringing guys in to play the same. It's the same cast of characters, but they're all playing different positions. It seems like on every play.
And some of the coaches from Wilmington told us they thought they'd see a lot of unbalanced line here tonight. That's exactly what they've gone. Is they've got formations here. Smith goes in motion. Hoover going to snap. We got flags everywhere. They're going to call illegal motion on Cambridge Springs as Hoover lost the ball, and I think he got it right back. Yeah. But this is going to get nullified due to the penalty. 2 men went in motion, Smith and Keem, and Smith a little Smith went the full way. Keem kind of looked back like he was supposed to go as well or shift as well, and they got him for that.
Yeah, that was an easy call. You saw all the flags go flying there. Yeah, Smith. I think Smith did what he was supposed to do, but yeah, Keem was not set.
He's going to push the ball back, nullify the run. Hoover did recover the fumble with 6:36 to go, but it is going to be a penalty against Cambridge Springs. Flag was thrown right back at the line of scrimmage, the 49, right around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, again, we've seen the ball come out a couple of times here, and the temperature is changing rapidly. So you think about kind of a wet field, and all of a sudden the temperature's gone from 50 to the low 40s in like an hour. So that could create a little some issues hanging on to the football. We've seen it.
That turf tonight was a little matted down as well, too.
Yeah.
It really wasn't like standing up at all, so it is going to be pretty slick when this temperature falls here. It's going to be 2nd and 11 for Cambridge Springs. We're going to get a timeout called by the Blue Devils with 6:16 to go in the first half. So we'll take a timeout as well. 14-0 Wilmington leads at 6:16 to go until halftime. You're listening to the Single A semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
Simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word auto to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group for all of your roofing, siding, and exterior needs.
Alongside Chris Birch, our on-site producer tonight is James Dotson. Eric Thomas with you here at Grove City High School. 6:16 to go in the first half. 14-0 lead for Wilmington. Cambridge Springs facing a 2nd down and 11. They attack the end zone to our left here as we are just about halfway through this second quarter. And a good drive here by the Blue Devils, but they just got backed up.
I was just going to say, other than that penalty, it's been a good drive.
They hand it off to Hoover. It's going to be, they tried to throw it down the field. They do, and that one's going to be out of bounds. So they went handoff to Hoover. And then the trickeration, but he attempts the first pass of the night for Cambridge Springs, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, Caden McFerrin, the tight end, did slip behind the defense momentarily, but Chase Mitchelltree able to get back and cover him. And had Hoover thrown it, it would have been intercepted. So good decision by Hoover to just throw it away.
And a good point brought up by James Dotson here. That should be intentional grounding because only the player that can take the snap takes the direct snap, is able to throw it away like that. So missed call there by the officials. It's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, it's hard to make that call when it's your regular quarterback, right?
And they'll go double throw again. Hoover, it's going to be intercepted by Zahetner, and Zahetner's got a lane. 35-30, 25-20. Goodbye, Freddie Zahetner. Touchdown, Wilmington.
Yeah, Hoover threw it to Dale Smith. Dale Smith was trying to throw it back to Brandon Hoover, but Zahetner had other ideas, jumped the route, able to intercept it and sprint into the end zone, and the Hounds are back into the end zone and have now taken a commanding 20-0 lead.
It's going to end up being about a 65-yard interception return for the touchdown by Zahetner. And this one getting away from Cambridge Springs fast with 5:57 to go in the first half.
Yeah, again, a lot of trick plays by Cambridge Springs. Maybe one too many there.
And Turbo's extra point is going to be good. So he's 3 for 3 tonight. And Wilmington is out to a 3-score lead. 21-0 Greyhounds off the Freddie Zahetner interception return for a touchdown. This is the Single A semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
And don't forget to follow them on Facebook or visit them
21stcenturyenergygroup.com.
The tax team at Reed & Daly Associates is the area's #1 income tax service. Reed & Daly built their practice one client at a time and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed & Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed & Daly Associates on South Fuel Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaly.com.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group for all of your roofing, siding, and exterior needs.
Tonight's game also brought to you by Dallas Hartman PC. Dallas Hartman PC is a local law firm helping injured victims of car accidents, medical malpractice, and work injuries. There's never a fee unless they get money for you. For more information, go to DallasHartman.com. 65-yard INT by Freddie Zahetner takes it to the house, and it's 21-0 Greyhounds as Turville will kick it away. It's a high end over end angling towards the far side. It's going to hit right around the 15 and go out of bounds. How many times will he have to re-kick this one now?
I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy.
I kid.
Well, you mentioned Dallas Hartman. One of the coldest football games that I've ever called. I was down on the sidelines for the Wilmington Bishop Guilfoyle game when Hartman was a senior, and he had a torn-up arm from the that old-school turf that they had at Altoona Stadium.
Mansion Park.
Mansion Park. Yeah, it was. I was just standing there. He came over. Just,
it's like playing on concrete back in the day.
Yeah.
You might have actually been safer playing on concrete back then.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that field, boy, was that place a rough, on those cold semifinal nights up there, some of the games that I've had to go up there and do.
Yeah.
Working in District 3, and man, oh man, some of those nights were rough watching those teams. So they go handoff, it's Keem, and Keem will carry it to the 39. So it's a 4-yard gain for Keene that time. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for Cambridge Springs, now down 21-0.
Yeah, and again, it's Cambridge Springs has done some good things, and they've certainly kept this game competitive. But the problem is, you make a mistake like that, now all of a sudden you're down 3 scores to this Wilmington team, and a lot of your game plan, right, trying to move the sticks, keep Wilmington's offense off the field. All of a sudden, some of that stuff kind of goes out the window.
Dale Smith is under center now for the Blue Devils. He will put a man in motion. It's Lanowitz. Lanowitz stops, pitch. It's a deep one to Hoover. Hoover trying to find space. There's nothing but Navy jerseys there, and they get to him in a hurry. He is dropped back near the 36-yard line. It's going to be a loss that time of 3 for Hoover, and they were all over that.
I mean, when you say Jacob Coulter, Colin Rowley, Maverick Whiting are all in the area, you're in big trouble, right? Because those guys are huge and they're fast, and just absolutely nowhere for Brandon Hoover to go. Hoover has pretty much kind of taken over as the tailback, and they've moved Dale Smith to that quarterback spot now.
Yeah, Hoover, his best run of the night was actually a carry for 2 yards. He has not had much of anything to say here tonight. As far as the rushing attack goes, they do this time get it out to the far side. Brandon Hoover completes the pass.
Yeah.
That time, a good little trickeration there. They're trying to keep things creative here with Hoover.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, that almost that exact play was certainly run for some success against the Wilmington defense by Carn City. Just kind of that tight rollout. And that time Hoover able to, take a 2-step drop, roll out, and find a receiver in the flat and pick up a 1st down. That was huge for Cambridge Springs.
It is a 1st down for Cambridge Springs. Knows the ball on the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for Cambridge Springs. 3:46 to go in the first half. They're trying to find something here late in this first half. Cambridge Springs will get the ball to receive in the second. As Hoover takes the snap, Hoover goes up the middle. He gets dragged by the jersey and then pushed backwards. Forward progress going to give him to the 48 that time. Colin Raleigh that time. Got in there for the stop. It was a gain of 4, though.
That's Kettering, too. Kettering was the one that kind of went low there. And a play that kind of almost looked promising there for a second. But, Raleigh and Kettering just closing it off pretty quick.
A gain of 3 officially, so it's going to be rather a gain of 4. So it is 2nd and 6 for Cambridge Springs. 3 to go, under 3 to go here in the first half. Blue Devils attack the end zone to our left. 21-0 Wilmington. They've gotten 2 offensive touchdowns and a pick 6 by Freddie Zahetner. And we're going to get a whistle here and a timeout called by Nate Liberty and the Blue Devils with 2:46 to go until halftime. So we'll take one as well. Timeout on the field. 21-0 Wilmington here in the Single A semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
Nope, I'm a real person.
Great. I've been leaving messages all day to try and compare prices on my roof.
Well, we can have one of our project managers call you to set up an appointment within an hour and be at your house for an estimate within 24 hours.
Wow, that's service.
Well, that's what we specialize in.
Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Call today for a free estimate, 800-663-8103, or look for @Shell Restoration on Facebook.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group for all of your roofing, siding, and exterior needs.
Back here at Grove City High School, Eric Thomas and Chris Birch with you. 2:46 to go in the first half. 21-0 Wilmington as Cambridge Springs has it 2nd and 7 just over midfield at the Greyhounds' 48-yard line. And they're trying to cook something up here before the half. Smith goes in motion. Hoover back to pass. He looks, going to sling it far side, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. We do have a flag down. Cale Kettering had the coverage that time.
Yeah, kind of a late flag, but I think the back judge maybe determining there that there was maybe some contact before the ball got there.
Yeah, that was Keem he was trying to feed it to. It's going to be a pass interference penalty on Wilmington.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's a right call. Watching the replay on. So both Farrell and Greenville just scoring, Eric. So Greenville is now up 14-6 on Reynolds, and Farrell now up 16-0 on Mercyhurst Prep.
That's the 2A title game. Farrell and Mercyhurst Prep. Our friends Bob Greenberg and company are there for that one.
Yeah, all the way up to Carter Field in Titusville.
Going to take it all the way down to the 33 of Wilmington on the first down, the automatic first down for the Blue Devils. They go powerhouse backfield. They hand it off. And
he's the big boy again.
Getting a couple. That's Russell, 79. Should we nickname him the Fridge?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's an awfully little fridge. He's like a dorm refrigerator, but still able to pick up some nice yardage.
Good run, though, by Russell on first down. That's a gain of 7, so it'll be 2nd down and 3.
A good push by the offensive line, too.
He's run the ball a couple times tonight for 13 yards. 2nd and 3 from the 26 for Cambridge Springs. So they go straight T behind Smith. It's going to be a handoff to Hoover. He slipped through one arm tackle, and then he got down across the 25. Really just did a nice job to get by Coulter there. And that's going to be short of the first down, but it's a gain of 2. So it'll be 3rd down and 1 for Cambridge Springs with 1:40 to go in the half.
Yeah, again, we've talked about this all night. Again, Cambridge Springs able to put a pretty good drive together here. They just haven't been able to finish one to get themselves back into this game.
Smith under center again, full house backfield, that T formation behind him. Smith going to roll out, going to throw it, lobs it, and he was looking on the near side for Keem. It was Zahetner who was there coverage-wise for Wilmington, and that's going to bring up 4th and 1.
Yeah, this kind of looked like right as Smith needed to set his feet and make that pass out there to Keem, he started to stumble, and he was not able to kind of throw the pass that he wanted to, I guess. So, yeah.
Down 21-0 here with 1:22 to go in the half. You might as well go for it.
Oh, yeah.
4th and 1 on the 24-yard line. T formation again behind Smith. Going to hand it off Keem, and I don't know. Coulter got hands on him right away for a beautiful stop, but let's see where they mark it.
Yeah, Coulter able to kind of grab him by the waist from behind. and sling him down, and it will be a turnover on downs, Eric.
They're not even going to measure that one as Coulter does the job defensively right away as the play develops, and he is there to drag him back.
It just kind of slipped down the line of scrimmage. They ran away from him, but he was able to kind of get down the line of scrimmage quickly, wrap his arms kind of around his waist from behind, and just not let him get there. It's like a slingshot action.
Now Wilmington takes over with 1:16 to go, 1st and 10 from their own 24. It's going to be Miller in at quarterback. He hands off. Cale Kettering following a block. Kettering turns upfield, dips his head, and he fights his way up to the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 11 and a first down.
A nice block by Zahetner out there. Kettering able to just kind of find that little seam there and find some space on the edge, enough for a first down.
4 carries for 88 yards for Kettering in the first half. Miller under center. They go in a hurry. He is going to hand off Mitchell-Tree. Mitchell-Tree through the middle, and he's going to be met there by Russell. Good short gain, though, on first down by Mitchell-Tree with 46 seconds to go. Brandon Fillion and company call a timeout. We'll keep it here during the timeout. Halftime, we'll have stats for you. We'll give you the scoreboard, too. A lot of going on. Chris has been keeping you updated on that District 10 2A championship game with Farrell and Mercyhurst. Greenville's in action as well.
Yeah, that was a kind of a nice play there by Jesse Mott along the line of scrimmage, but still, like you said, this is all, Wilmington at this point just trying to move the chains. 46 seconds left here in this half. If Wilmington can get a score here, obviously that's maybe too early to call it a knockout punch, but it's awfully close.
It's going to push them up against the ropes for sure. District 10 Single A championship game next Saturday, I believe, correct? Yeah, so Saturday night again. It's a little Saturday night football once again. I'll bet they do these games on Saturday night. That makes it a lot of fun here in District 10 with these Saturday night games.
Right, a lot of eyeballs on a few games, when they go both nights. So yeah, that Greenville Reynolds, one of the great all-time rivalries in Mercer County. They're in separate regions, even though they both play Single A. It's one of the weirder things that we've seen. But they do match up here in the District 10 1A semifinals, and Greenville is up 14-6 on the Raiders now.
The winner of that will play the winner of this one. Vascal is in at quarterback now for Wilmington on 2nd and 7 as they attack the end zone to our right. It's a handoff to Mitchell-Tree. Mitchell-Tree's got a wall. Mitchell-Tree a first down. He's into Cambridge Springs territory and taken down close to the 45-yard line of the Blue Devils. And they're going to mark it right at the 45. Good run that time. Gain of 17 for Mitchell-Tree.
Yeah. Mitchell-Tree just coming at you with that world-class speed. And then you got all those blue shirts out ahead blocking. Unbelievable.
Brandon Fillion's going to call the second time out here for Wilmington with 33.7 to go.
Yeah, that 2A game up at Titusville. Farrell just scored again right before our last break, so it's 16-0. The Steelers over Mercyhurst Prep, so things going well up at Titusville for the Steelers.
Farrell could be a problem in 2A for anybody.
Yeah,
a big problem.
Yeah, the winner of that game takes on the District 9 champ Karn City next week. Ryan Briggs and I saw that Karn City team 2 weeks ago against Wilmington. They're very good, so that'll be a fun game. That was the round, of course, that Central Clarion, the District 9 champion last year, was actually able to get the best of Farrell. So that will certainly be an interesting matchup if the Steelers finish the work. It looks like they've started up at the home of John Heisman, Titusville.
Yeah, that, and you look at Single A and what this Wilmington path, if they win District 10, could be.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to be Port Allegheny, then you got the District 7 champ, the WPIAL champ, waiting in the wings somewhere along the line. Deep drop by Vascal. They're going to air it out. He's looking deep for Zahetner. Zahetner separates, makes the catch, and he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Wow. That was a rainbow throw by Vascal, and Zahetner just read it all the way, ran under it for his second touchdown of the night. It's 27-0 Wilmington.
How about Zahetner? He actually saw the ball. He knew the defensive back didn't. he kind of initiated the contact and then bounced off of him and just went and got the ball. Just a great pass by Vascal. He's so good at just throwing it in that basket. And he loves throwing it to Freddie Zahetner because Zahetner just goes and gets it, makes his quarterback look good.
4th point after try. Zahetner will hold here for Turbo. Kick is away, and it is up, and it is good. Freddie Zahetner, back-to-back touchdowns here. One on offense just a moment ago, and one on defense, his last one. Both big time. 65 on the INT and 45 on the reception. As Wilmington has taken control of this 28-0.
As Zahetner just becoming this kind of a big play guy for this Greyhounds team as this season has gone on. As all 3 of the games that I've seen this Wilmington team, he's been making big play after big play, and certainly, like you said, these last 2 scores by him, incredible.
Just explosive plays right and left. You've got Mitchell Tree with 87 rushing, Kettering with 88. Vascal hits a 45-yard touchdown pass. Zahetner a 65-yard pick 6. A little bit of everything here tonight for this Wilmington squad.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, like the thing that I think you and I would both say, just, sort of the eye test here, it's not like it's been easy. It's not one of those things where it's just been a thorough domination, right? I mean, it's been just Wilmington doing lots of good things and then occasionally mixed in with the really good fundamental stuff that they always do. They're capitalizing on big plays, and that's just sort of been the name of the game, the flow of the game here so far.
Kickoff will come from Turbo from left to right. Cambridge Springs again will receive the second half kickoff. But they are in a big hole here, down 28-0 late in this first half. Kickoff is going to be a squib. Taken right around the 15. And the return up to the 30-yard line where Cambridge Springs will put it in play, 1st and 10. And that was Keem who had the return that time for the Blue Devils with 21.7 to go in the half. And they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 31. See if they try anything here late in this first half.
Yeah, that game on 790 has gone to the half, and the score that we mentioned, the last score that we brought up, that is the halftime score. Farrell 16, Mercyhurst Prep 0.
And they will line up. Smith will hand it off on 1st down. And good run on 1st down. Still carrying the pile and pushing the pile. That's going to be Hoover. I believe that is Hoover. That is. And the clock will wind down to 5. And Cambridge Springs will not line up for another play. And that'll do it for the first half. Well, a dominating first half score-wise here for Wilmington. They get touchdowns from Mitchell Tree, Kettering, and 2 from Zahetner. And they lead it 28-0 after 24 minutes here, and they're well on their way to another District 10 championship game after a great first half.
Yeah, no doubt just a complete first half. Doing a great job, both offensive and defensive. Got the defensive score, the 3 offensive scores to cap big drive. So, yeah, the Hounds are doing everything that they do well. They have it all kind of rolling tonight.
All right, we'll take a timeout when we come back. The halftime show here from Grove City High School, 28-0, Wilmington in front. You're listening to the District 10 Single A semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
Visit Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding today at pennohiorc.com.
One moment I was on my way to my son's ball game. The next was being placed in an ambulance. I needed help. That's why I called the Joanna Legal Group.
Call the
Joanna Legal Group toll-free at 888-347-1411. Please visit them at joannalegalgroup.com. That's Joanow legalgroup.com, or call toll-free at 888-347-1411. Joanna Legal Group, when you deserve more. No fee unless we win or settle your case.
I just bought a used car.
As did I.
Mine has a slight dent in the driver's side door and a few other minor scratches, but hey, considering the deal I got, I can live with a few imperfections.
Well, I got the great price without the imperfections.
Whoa, there's no way that's used.
DK Auto LLC is a veteran-owned and operated used car dealership in Grove City. And with DK Auto's attention to detail, were it not for the title, you'd swear you're driving new. See the amazing selections at DKAutoLLCPA.com.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
H-O-M-E, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end.
We don't have any HOMEs on record.
Call Reinhart's Insurance, 724-842-2291. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details. Imagine a bathroom that's not just a room, but a sanctuary. At Warner's Homes and Improvements, they believe in taking the time to get it right. That's why they are proud to introduce their bathroom installation service, where done in a day is a thing of the past. Experience the difference of a bathroom designed for you, not the clock. Visit Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or at warnerconstruction.com. Warner's Homes and Improvements, where your bathroom is our masterpiece. Don't rush perfection.
The Halftime Show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
Halftime here at Grove City. Eric Thomas and Chris Birch with you. It's 28-0. Wilmington in front of Cambridge Springs here in the Single A semifinals. The winner of this game will go to next Saturday night's District 10 Single A title game. And there's going to be a lot happening in Single A the next couple of weeks here as eventually, somewhere down the line, they could meet the WPIAL champ, which might be Fort Cherry. That's we're a long way away yet, so there's no point in really even discussing, but Fort Cherry is in the WPIAL semifinals next Friday night. But first things first here, they got to take care of business, and they are taking care of business here as we got the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime report here for you at Grove City High School.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a situation where Wilmington is doing the things that we know they do well. We know that Mitchell Tree and the Ketterings can run the football. We know that Rowan Miller can run that triple option, and he's been in there for a few of the touchdown drives. And we know that Wesley Vascal can find people down the field, most notably Freddie Zahetner. And we know that the Wilmington offensive line can dominate the line of scrimmage. Check, 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 check. And the Wilmington offense is rolling. Defense, hey, Cambridge Springs has done a nice job. They've picked up certainly some chunks of yardage, but the defense bent, but they did not break. And then, of course, they were able to get the takeaway in the defensive score as Zahetner with the 62-yard touchdown interception return. So Wilmington just kind of has it all rolling right now.
Every touchdown for Wilmington tonight is of 21 or more yards. Mitchell Tree a 21-yard run to get it going, and then Kettering added a 50-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. Zahetner, the 62-yard interception return for a touchdown to make it 21-0, and Zahetner, the 45-yard pass from Wesley Vascal to make it 28-0. And that's your scoring here in the first half. The statistics here in the first half, and boy, I'll tell you, there's not much to write home about if you're Cambridge Springs. They are, again, without Brett Kania, who is a 1,300-yard rusher, scored 17 rushing touchdowns this season. So he has not played a down here tonight, and that is shown in their numbers. Wyatt Keem leads the team with 7 carries for 53 yards. Hoover, 10 carries for 7 yards. He's had a roller coaster of a night. Russell's chipped in 3 carries for 13 yards. That is it. The one interception thrown by Smith. Hoover connected on an 11-yard pass with McFerrin, and that is it in terms of offense for Cambridge Springs in the first half.
Yeah, they just I think that the expression that I keep thinking of with them offensively, even though they've had a little bit of success, is they're just a little bit out of sorts. And so you remove, the starting tailback, the 1,300-yard rusher Kenya from this offense. And it's not just him being out. It's that now you're trying out different formations. You're trying different people at different positions, and it's just been a tough go, for this Cambridge Spring offense to really find any kind of rhythm.
For Wilmington in the first half, Vascal was 1 of 2. The 45-yard touchdown pass was the one that he connected on, but all total, they ran the ball 14 times for 181 yards in the first half. 87 for Mitchell Tree on 8 carries, 88 on 4 carries for Kettering, 5 for Vascal, and then a tote for a yard for Cam Kettering, but 14 for 181 rushing, and Zahetner has the lone reception for 45 yards. Not much to write home about third downs for Cambridge Springs either, but Wilmington's been able to pick up third downs, and they also have a handful of first downs as well. And it didn't start that way, at least the game didn't start that way, but now it's kind of unfolding into a typical Wilmington style
Exactly,
game
yeah, that's a great way to kind of analyze it there is, you look at kind of what the traditional game plan for Wilmington always is, right, is, do a lot of misdirection on offense, get a couple of big plays, move the sticks, keep the clock rolling, run the football, and then be dominant on defense and force punts. And that's exactly what, as this game has worked, on through, that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Stay tuned after the game tonight because we'll award the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game and also the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game Award. And we're going to have a couple to pick from as far as the play of the game goes. But, man, that's a head or interception return for a touchdown. Every time it seems like Cambridge Springs has had something, looks like they might get something going.
Right.
A play like that or the miscue on fourth down, whatever the case is, they just have not been able to maintain any possession or give themselves an even better opportunity to score. And that's partly a byproduct of just being overmatched, but also when you don't have your top running back.
Right.
I mean, that's 1,300 yards that's not there tonight and 137 carries. So
that's amazing.
You're taking that away from the time of possession and the tempo and controlling the game.
Yeah.
That is a huge, huge factor in this game tonight.
Yeah, that and the football coach at Slippery Rock High School, when I was the basketball coach at Slippery Rock High School in the early 2000s, Clyde Conti, District 9 legend Clyde Conti, he would always talk about that when somebody's out, it creates bubbles. It's like you move a bubble around. So this guy's out, so you move this guy to this position. But now this position where he used to play is a problem. And that kind of description of that he told me one time is really been true for Cambridge Springs offensively with Kenya out. They just can't find the right people to move into the right spots.
Yeah, no real threat to throw the football either here tonight for Cambridge Springs. They've tried a couple times. The one was picked. But you look at their numbers coming into the game tonight, Hoover a 44% completion percentage, and Dale Smith has only attempted 19 passes before tonight, now 21 on the season, and he was picked off tonight on one of them. So they've been unable to try to find the right math to get that equation to sum out as far as missing Kenya, and certainly Wilmington has been able to take control of that. What do you got as far as updates here on the scoreboard? Because last time we heard it was Farrell 16-0 over Mercyhurst in the 2A game, and then we await the winner of this game and the other 1A semifinal tonight, and that's, you got some updates on that?
Yeah, sure do. Yeah, the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update here. It looks like this. Yeah, the only two Mercer County, or I guess 3 Mercer County teams, 2 games going on. The game on 790 WPIC. Farrell is up 16-0 at halftime over Mercyhurst Prep. Mercyhurst Prep competing certainly in that game, but Farrell able to get that late score to get a little bit of breathing room. That is the 2A championship. That is up at Titusville. The winner of that game will play the District 9 2A champ, Karn City, next week in a District 9 site. So that's what it looks like for Farrell. The other 2 Mercer County teams in action tonight is in the 1A semifinal. That's a great game, a struggle like we thought it would be, but Greenville is up 14-6 at halftime in that one. And then we got some Lawrence County teams that were in action. A lot of Lawrence County teams kind of ended their season last night. A couple of them moving on. in the 4A game. Newcastle's fine season comes to an end as Aliquippa, who kind of snuck into the tournament but has won 2 games now. They end the Red Hurricane season 14-0. Mohawk season comes to an end in the 2A WPIAL playoffs. Seton LaSalle, a great Seton LaSalle team, beats Mohawk 42-7. Steel Valley beat Elwood City 42-6. And then in the single A WPIAL playoffs, you had Fort Cherry, certainly one of the favorites to win that one. They put an end to Neshannock's fine season 36-9. And Laurel is moving on, the Spartans, as they defeat Chartiers Houston 40-21. So congrats to all the Lawrence County teams that got this far in the playoffs. Laurel moving on, the rest of them packing their stuff up, but certainly great seasons, a lot to feel good about for all of them.
Yeah, that Aliquippa game last night was interesting. That was a game in which Newcastle had defeated Aliquippa 18-12 in the regular season, but Marcus Council, the starting quarterback for the Quips, did not play in that game in the regular season. And he was back last week against Trinity in the first round, threw the game-winning touchdown pass with 20 seconds left. Only completed 3 passes. Last night, I mean, this young man, his family released a statement saying he was out for the year. They actually released a statement to the Beaver County Times and said, yeah, he's done for the year. We're looking forward to rehabbing him. He's going to get the right type of care and then move on to Yale and go play there. And all of a sudden he's cleared to play for Ambridge, and then bang.
Wow.
He's leading the team down the field to win a game, and then they win a second playoff game, and they're back at the WPIL championship next week. Let's take a timeout here as we got a couple minutes before the second half is going to kick off from Grove City High School. It's Wilmington in front 28-0 on Cambridge Springs. You're listening to the District 10 Single A semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
Why is your auto loan not at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union? Seriously, why isn't it? If you financed your vehicle at the dealership, you're probably paying way more than you need. Refinance today and receive up to $100 from us. Lower your rate, shrink your payment, and smile more every month. It's fast and simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word AUTO to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Looking for a career where your hard work is appreciated? Join Extreme Machine and Fab in Hermitage, Pennsylvania. Since 1995, Extreme Machine and Fab has become one of the biggest and most trusted premier full-service machine shops, servicing customers worldwide in the steel industry, Department of Defense, and nuclear power industry, to name just a few. From small components to 75-ton projects, their machining, fabrication, and engineering teams do it all. Extreme Machine and Fab offers competitive wages and competitive benefits. Apply today at extrememachinefab.com. Join the EMF team. Innovate, grow, succeed.
Top Tier Federal Credit Union is now open at 2790 East State Street in Hermitage, near Cranex. Stop in or start your membership application online at toptierfcu.org. The credit union offers checking, savings, loans, and much more, and they incentivize you to do business with them with their special bonus dividend. Top Tier Federal Credit Union, everything banking should be. Personalized, simple, and member-focused. Now open at 2790 East State Street in Hermitage, near Cranex. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
The tax team at Reed & Daly Associates is the area's #1 income tax service. Reed & Daly built their practice one client at a time and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed & Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed & Daly Associates on South Fuel Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaly.com.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Halftime winding down here at Grove City High School as Wilmington has a 28-0 lead on Cambridge Springs here. What does Cambridge Springs need to do here, Chris Birch, in the second half? They're going to get the ball to start the second half, but they got to get some points and get some offense generated here in a hurry.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, obviously down 28-0 against this great Wilmington team. They need to do something early here in this first half, and I think, offensively they just have to find something that works for them and, put together and finish a drive. I mean, that's really the one thing that we haven't seen Cambridge Springs doing. And, hey, Wilmington is obviously going to try to continue to do what they've done defensively and not let them do that. Get one more score on the board, get that rolling clock is probably the goal right now for Wilmington, right?
Yeah, that's going to be the MO for sure, as one more score would put this thing into the mercy rule, and Wilmington would be on its way for sure to that District 10 final next week. They were there a year ago and won it and then ran into Port Allegheny.
Yeah, I called that game. That was an unbelievable team, that Port Allegheny team. Obviously the great running back is back, this year for them. They did lose a few guys off of that team, but they're still loaded. So that should be a great matchup, for whichever Mercer County team, gets to that spot, provided Wilmington wins this one. So yeah, it could be an all Mercer County 1A final, and then the winner of that one will likely play that Port Allegheny team in that next round. And and then on to play the District 7 champion, which you said it. You said, we're talking to Coach Fillion. There's 4 really good teams in the 1A District 7 WPIL.
We'll see next week if Laurel, whose defense has been really good. It's the second best defense in single A in the WPIL next to Clareton. Now Clareton last night, believe it or not, they had pitched 9 shutouts this season. They got taken apart by Jeanette. They won the game, but they gave up a bunch. They gave up over 30 points to Jeanette in that win last night. So I'm not sure that defense is as invisible or invincible as everybody thinks it is.
Yeah.
And Laurel has played a couple of tough opponents late in the season. Fort Cherry has not seen a defense like theirs as physical. Doesn't mean that Fort Cherry isn't a favorite, but that is going to be an interesting matchup. And a lot of people saying already that's going to be the toughest game Fort Cherry plays to date, and we'll see what happens. Matt Sieg still hasn't thrown a pass. By the way, remember Notre Dame is in town next week to take on Pitt, and Notre Dame wants Matt Sieg, so do the math. There could be a certain head coach that makes his appearance at that game at Hopewell High School next Friday night, so keep an eye on that. As Pat Narduzzi was throwing out the red carpet for Sig last night in their quarterfinal game. Showing up on the sideline, brought the big pit trailer with them to park outside where the buses pull into. And it's a full court press now for Sig, who is not going to Penn State. So
how about that? Yeah, what is it? Pitt, Notre Dame, and wherever James Franklin ends up are his final choices. So
West Virginia too.
Yeah.
Franklin was at West Virginia today for some reason. Kind of doing the C football tours. He went to Atlanta for a Falcons game a couple weeks ago and in Morgantown earlier today. So it's going to be Wilmington to kick it away here to start the second half. And the kick will be from right to left as we see it on your radio dial. Hounds are in their navy, and the white is Cambridge Springs. And Blue Devils are going to be on offense here, and they have got to get the ball moving here in this second half. Tonight's game is brought to you by Dallas Hartman PC, local law firm helping injured victims of car accidents, medical malpractice, and work injuries. There's never a fee unless they get money for you. For more information, go to DallasHartman.com. Big thanks to Dallas for his sponsorship of this game here tonight. We appreciate that greatly as we're set to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see if Wilmington can't kind of make quick work of this. Cambridge Springs obviously trying to hang in there.
Just going to see if they can continue to mix and match the personnel in the backfield that Wilmington saw in the first half. Turbo's end over end kickoff is going to hit, and Keem will take it. Keem dancing around, sidestep one defender, and he's going to get a nice return to the 20 to the 30-yard line, where Cambridge Springs will put it in play, 1st and 10, and they'll attack the end zone to our right here in the second to start the second half. And that was Danny Leonard who had to stop that time on special teams.
Keem's got some wiggle, doesn't he? I mean, he's a guy, that every time you think, oh, he's just going to go down, he's able to cut back a little bit, not putting up big numbers against this Hounds defense, but still has done some impressive things athletically.
So it's going to be Hoover who's going to start the half at quarterback. He is flanked by Keem to his right, or to his left, I beg your pardon. Snap. Hoover going to run that direction, pitches it to Keem, left side, gets outside the hash, and then he is pushed backwards as he works his way towards the 35-yard line. They're going to give him to the 34. It's a gain of 4 that time. A couple of Greyhounds team up for the stop.
And just that option play, that's the one they fumbled on earlier, but that time a perfect pitch by Hoover. Keem able to handle it perfectly and pick up a couple of yards there on first down.
He's been the best rusher tonight for this team.
Yeah.
4-yard gain that time, 2nd and 6 for Cambridge Springs, just underway here in the third.
I think Hoover at quarterback and Keem as the tailback, the feature tailback, is the way to go.
Keem now to the right. Hoover sends his tight end Ross in motion. Shotgun snap to Hoover, and he'll hand it off to Keem. Keem picking his way left, and he cut back right, and he is stood up and taken to the turf by Jaron Lorenzen.
Down by number 44, Jaron Lorenz.
Jaron Lorenz, just kind of able to, like you said, just kind of sling a blocker off and stand Keem up. So yeah, no tough sledding there.
Still a 3-yard gain though, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3, a 3rd and manageable for this Cambridge Springs offense here as they'll shift now. Smith was under center. Now he's going to line up tight end right side of the formation. Hoover's in the shotgun, receiver to the bottom of the formation. Hoover keeps. Hoover had pressure in the backfield. Here they come once again, and it's going to be Mitchell Tree and Kettering who team up and drop him at the 35. A loss of 2 on 3rd down. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Maverick Whiting blew the play up behind the line of scrimmage. Hoover was able to bounce out, but like you said, Mitchell Tree and Kettering right there all over it. Nowhere for Hoover to go.
Under 10 to go in the third quarter. And they will punt it away. Will Cambridge Springs here as Zahetner will now move up towards the line. They're just going to send Mitchell Tree back, it looks like. He is the only return man back now for Wilmington as the Greyhounds will get a crack at it here with 9:35 to go. Late sub onto the field for Cambridge Springs, or late addition on the field. It's a decent snap. Punt's going to go up in the air and angle towards the Wilmington sideline, and it's going to hit the bench.
Yeah. Everybody was trying to tell the cheerleaders. You hear the loud the loud noises coming in through our crowd mic. But all the cheerleaders were safe.
So first drive here for Wilmington in the second half. Another scorer is going to keep that clock moving here with 9:23 to go in the third. They will remain the defending single-A District 10 champs for another week. You know, you're reigning when the season starts. You're defending when the playoffs starts if you make them. At least that's how I look at it here. It'll be Vascal who's in at quarterback here. Cam Kettering's the back behind him. Zahetner in a wing on the near side. Receiver each way. Vascal hands off. Zahetner sweeping around the right side. Zahetner cuts back. Zahetner first down, taken down at the 40-yard line. Great run by Freddie. He's inside the 40 actually, down to the 39-yard line. Good gain of 11 to start things here in the second half.
Yeah, just the that kind of jet sweep handoff, and Freddie Zahetner just kind of showing his versatility as he can do it all. Turned the corner there, got to the edge, broke a tackle, picks up another first down for the Hounds.
Vascal will stay in at quarterback. Zahetner will come out to the near side this time with Mitchell Tree in the slot. Wing to the far side is going to be Cale Kettering. The deep back, or the fullback, is going to be Cam. Quick throw near side, Zahetner. Zahetner in space, cuts back inside the 35 to the 30. And he's pushed backwards there as McFerrin and Hoover and also Matt Ross get in there for the stop, but a good little throw by Vascal for a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, the bubble screen there, just see if Zahetner can't pick up some yards with his feet, and he does. once again, there's just so many weapons here for this Wilmington offense. So many of their skill position players can make plays.
2nd and 1 for Wilmington, 8:10 to go from the 30-yard line of Cambridge Springs. Vascal under center. Quick drop, throw to the far side. Zahetner sidesteps the defender. There goes Freddie. He's taken off for the pylon, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. 30-yard touchdown run or catch and run by Freddie Zahetner. And with 7:59 to go in the third quarter, we're a point after away from a mercy roll here for Wilmington.
Yeah, just the bubble screen the other direction. I guess he was out ahead of the line of scrimmage, so not a bubble screen, but still just that quick pitch out there. And Zahetner made a nice move to get away from the cornerback there, and then just sprinted down the sidelines and takes it home.
Turbo's point after try out of the hold of Zahetner. And he puts his foot into it. It's away, and it is good. So the clock will run the rest of the way. This is going to be a quick second half. 35-0, Wilmington in control. You're listening to the District 10 Single A semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
Ready to hit the road with confidence? Mancino's Driving School is your go-to destination for top-notch driving education. Whether you're a teen or an adult, Mancino's experienced instructors ensure you're equipped with essential skills and safety tips. Offering flexible schedules and personalized lessons, Mancino's Driving School make learning to drive convenient and effective. Visit our website at mancinosdrivingschool.com to enroll today and begin your journey toward becoming a safe, independent driver.
How well do you know your insurance company?
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm covered.
Okay, are you sure you have the best rates? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I haven't actually talked to my agent. I just assumed...
Talk to a real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Mailer Insurance is local. Mailer Insurance lives where you do, and will give you the coverage you need and nothing you don't at a fair price. And they are always here to talk. Mailer Insurance in Sharpsville or at mailerinsurance.com, a Reinhardt's Agency Incorporated affiliate.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
3 straight touchdowns for Freddie Zahetner, and it's 35-0 Wilmington, as we'll have a mercy roll running clock here the remainder of this contest.
Yeah, have a night. Have a night, Freddie. He certainly is. I saw him 2 weeks ago before the game, and he asked me if I was ready to go. I said, yeah, I'm ready to go. It's you got a bigger job than me, though.
I think you were ready to go for this one on like Tuesday when we talked about it. You were wired from the jump, my friend.
I love something just electric about calling Wilmington playoff games.
Turbo's kickoff, end over end, is going to sail all the way down towards the 11, and it's returnable there by Keem, and Keem across the 25 to the 26. That's where Cambridge Springs is going to start. 1st and 10. And this clock, again, will not stop running here in the second half. The remainder of this contest, as Wilmington is going to cruise here to the District 10 championship game yet again. Said it before, when it's regular season, you're reigning. When it's playoffs, you're defending, and Wilmington is still defending now.
All right, interesting. Okay.
That's the old editor in me.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's. Is that nomenclature? No, that's not nomenclature. That's
what?
Terminology. Yes. Yeah.
Over in the shotgun as they shift McFerrin and Smith over the near side. Left side run, pitch to Keem. Keem found a little seam right there, and then that was shut off pretty quickly by Leonard.
Yeah.
As he cleaned him up over top. Good run, though, on 1st down. It picks up about 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Danny Leonard again. That 6 foot, 210-pound middle linebacker. So quick laterally. That's why he plays that middle linebacker spot. Just kind of stalks people that time, getting over there and holding that to just about a 3.5, 4 yard gain.
I start thinking about what Wilmington could face down the line, and some of these teams, Port Allegheny will like to run the ball. Obviously, they got some rebuilt offensive line things here. They went to the state championship game last year. Just a great game in that state final as Hoover's going to carry on 2nd down, coming to the near side, turns upfield, and that is cut off quickly once again. There's Danny Leonard once again. flying to the ball for Wilmington. It's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, you notice he was almost on the sideline on the far side of the field on the last play. Now he's on the the near side of the field on the sideline this way, and that's him just getting sideline to sideline out of that middle linebacker spot.
But this team is going to obviously face some high-powered offenses here down the line.
Right.
As much as they can go ball control and they run it 80% of the time, I think they have the ability to go punch for punch with some teams.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's any question about that.
They can score in bunches here. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for Cambridge Springs from the 32. Ball marked on the near hash. Shotgun snap to Hoover. He rolls out to the other side. Looking, going to turn and try to get upfield. He took too wide of a turn, and he is hammered out of bounds on the far side. And Rowan Miller, I believe, was the one who was there on the stop.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the Cambridge Springs sideline is asking for a out-of-bounds hit there, but the hit was inbounds. He just went flying into the bench, and so yeah, it was a good no call. I mean,
bring up a 4th down here. Ball's up to the 35, so it's a gain of 3 that time officially. It's going to be 4th and 2 for Cambridge Springs here as the clock works its way down to 5.5 to go. And it looks like they will punt it away. Pascal's going to drop back. Mitchelltree coming on the field late. They're going to have to burn a timeout here. Wilmington has to call a timeout. They didn't know that they were going to punt there, and then they had to scramble to get Mitchelltree out there to return it. We'll take a timeout as well. 5:14 to go in the third quarter. 35-0 Wilmington. Single A semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7. Semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
Gosh, honey, what's got you all chef-tastic?
It's our kitchen remodel. It's got me all inspired.
Oh, are you inspired enough to make dessert?
As a matter of fact.
Is it chocolate? Oh, it's chocolate. I love you. Get inspiration all year round with a brand new kitchen from Warner's Homes and Improvements. We create new kitchens that dreams are made of. We buy direct from the manufacturers using top quality materials with no shortcuts. The latest in style and functionality for a fair price. Call Warner's today and get inspired. Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or online at warnersconstruction.com.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Back here at Grove City High School, 4th down for Cambridge Springs. They will punt it away. And now Wilmington's got its correct personnel back there. It's going to be Mitchelltree who's back deep to receive the punt. And they fake it, and there goes Russell up the field. He's going to have the first down. Great call.
Wow.
And a nice one dialed up by Nate Liberty as he carries the ball to the 44 and a first down. Gaining 9 for Russell.
Yeah, direct snap to the big man. And he's able to get a first down. 5'7", 210, the dorm fridge.
Mitchelltree is there to make the stop, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Cambridge Springs on the near hash from the 44-yard line, their own 44-yard line. Clock works down to 4:40 to go in the third quarter. As they break the huddle, it'll be McFerrin to the far side. Slot near side is Keem, or slot far side is Keem. And they'll do a little trickeration here. Keem gets it on an end around, and once again, Cale Kettering. And he's going to team up with Maverick Whiting there for the stop that time for Wilmington.
Yeah, how about that? The double handoff that time. All the guys on the outside staying home. Cale Kettering, the outside linebacker on this side. As the Who said, won't get fooled again. That time stayed at home and made a great tackle.
It's going to be 2nd down and 7, 3:55 to go. Ball resting on the 47 near hash for Cambridge Springs. It'll be McFerrin far side. Slot far side is Keem. Shotgun here for Hoover. He takes a snap, fakes to Keem. He's going to go right up the gut. And there's Danny Leonard and company once again on the stop. Whiting's also in there that time.
Yeah, Leonard not fooled at all by the play fake, right? What that's designed to do is it's supposed to get Leonard to drift out with the back, and he did not, and right there to bring down the quarterback, Hoover.
Lauren's also in there in the stop that time for Wilmington. 3:16 to go here. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
Farrell, again, maybe a little bit the tough sledding, slow out of the gate, whatever expression you want to use, but they have found their footing. It's now 30-0, the Steelers over Mercyhurst Prep. Nemo Jones, a pick 6.
Shotgun snap off the near hash for Hoover. Back to pass. Hoover surveys. Hoover looks. Hoover directing traffic and a lob it up the sideline. It's intercepted. It was tipped and now intercepted by Cale Kettering. There is a flag down. Another one comes in, and then a third one from the backside of the play, as we got one of the linemen for Cambridge Springs was laid out on the return. That's going to be Latavian Fitzpatrick, who was slow to get up. Interception should stand, but it's going to be after the pick.
Yeah. Dale Smith tipped it, like he went up to try to catch it. It tipped off of his fingertips into to Kettering. But then, yeah, just all kinds of penalized action going on the return.
Going to sort this out. 3 flags total. It's a personal foul, blindside block on Wilmington.
Yeah.
Going to have a block in the back on Wilmington.
Yeah.
But so the interception is going to stand, just to make that clear.
Yeah.
Kettering's going to have the second pick of the night for the Greyhounds. It's going to be yardage added on reverse from the end of the play. They will decline the block in the back. They will accept the personal foul blindside block.
Ryan Briggs, who I call obviously a lot of games for here on Sports Radio 96, he always talks about how on those blindside blocks 10 years ago, those are plays you'd get a high five coming off the field from your coach,
true.
Right? I mean, so they changed the rule, but
10 years ago, forget about what happened 20 years ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There's guys that made careers out of that.
MVP, right? Yeah.
It's going to take the ball all the way back to the 30 or 26-yard line. Backside of the ball is resting on the near the 25, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Wilmington with 2:30 to go. Here in the third quarter, they attack the end zone to our left. They lead it 35-0. So they're trying to play out the string here and get to that District 10 title game once again. Vascal stays in at quarterback. Going to be a handoff to the far side, and there goes Mitchell-Tree. Mitchell-Tree is off to the races. They won't catch him, and Chase Mitchell-Tree is going to go 74 to the house. There is a flag down back around the 43, 44-yard line. So hold it for a moment here. This might be nullified once again.
Yeah, perhaps some kind of a block around the 30 or 44-yard line. See the officials talking to Coach Fillion. Yeah, we don't know. All right, watching the
touchdown is good. It's a block in the back on Cambridge Springs.
Some kind of defensive holding. Yeah. Okay.
So the touchdown stands. It's a 74-yard touchdown run by Mitchell-Tree.
I believe they call that insult to injury. Give up a 74-yard touchdown run, and you hold.
Got him for 161 rushing here tonight.
He's been great.
Number 7 rider Turbo's kick is up and good.
Turbo's kick is good. 74 yards from Mitchell-Tree, and Turbo stays perfect. Our score, 42-0. Wilmington in front here in the Single A semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7. Sports Radio 96.7.
Why is your auto loan not at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union? Seriously, why isn't it? If you financed your vehicle at the dealership, you're probably paying way more than you need. Refinance today and receive up to $100 from us. Lower your rate, shrink your payment, and smile more every month. It's fast and simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word AUTO to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
For generations, Sharon Regional Health System has been a trusted choice for high-quality health care. Our team of skilled primary care and specialists provide patient-centered care for every stage of life, offering a full range of services from same-day and walk-in PCP appointments, general surgery, walk-in express care, and emergency life-saving treatment. To schedule, call the Sharon Regional Physician Referral Line at 724-347-1861 or visit SharonRegionalHealthSystem.org. Sharon Regional Health System, continuing the legacy of healthcare in our community.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Chase Mitchell-Tree, a 74-yard touchdown run. 42-0 Wilmington as they're in control of this, and they're going to go back to the District 10 championship game. Still got the fourth quarter to go, but the clock is going to run. Tonight's game is brought to you by Dallas Hartman PC, local law firm helping injured victims of car accidents, medical malpractice, and work injuries. There's never a fee unless they get money for you. For more information, go to dallashartman.com.
Yeah, and the other semifinal, Greenville was up 21-6. So that perhaps the rematch of last year's 1A title and a rematch of a Week 1 Wilmington win.
Run up and kickoff by Turvo is going to sail towards the end zone. And it's going to get there for the touchback. So Cambridge Springs will take over 1st and 10. Again, deep in their own territory. 42-0 Wilmington. It's been a heck of a night for Mitchell-Tree. He's got a pair of touchdowns. Yeah. Kettering has a touchdown run and a pick.
Yeah.
And then Zahetner's got a touchdown pass, 2 of them. He's caught 2 of them. And a pick 6 to his credit tonight.
Yeah.
Everybody getting involved for Wilmington here tonight. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I understand they want to keep the pace and grind it out, and you think of them as this like wing T team that all they do is run the football. They could go point for point with anybody they get matched up with.
Yeah, I agree. I like your perspective. You've obviously seen a wide scope of teams, so you're that's a great point by you.
Quick throw to the near side by Hoover as Hoover connects. That is McFerrin who has the catch.
Is that Ryder Turbo in there playing cornerback?
Check that. That was Colton Hoover who made the catch that time for Cambridge Springs. That is Ryder Turbo. You are correct.
Okay.
Hey, he said he wanted some too, I guess.
Yeah.
1 yard gain that time. 12 yards passing tonight for Hoover. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 21. From the 21-yard line off the near hash with 1:07 to go in the third quarter. I'll finish that point here in a second about Wilmington and the scoring here as Hoover's going to carry. Option out to the far side. Keem found some room. Keem turns the corner, and he gets to the sideline and a first down for Cambridge Springs across the 30 up to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Zahetner escorting him out of bounds, but not like you said before. He was able to pick up 12 yards.
This team reminds me, and I say this again, this team reminds me so much of those Southern Columbia teams from 2000. Maybe not the name power like the Henry Hynoskis who go to Pitt or Josh Marks who went to Penn State, but it's a wing T team, and they can just score whenever they want to. And that's exactly what that Southern team did back in the mid-2000s, and this team can do the exact same thing.
Hynoski was a pretty good high school player.
He really was. Veteran offensive line at that point. Throw out to Hoover on the far side. Hoover dancing around on the far sideline, and he's tripped up as he gets to the 35, and he falls forward to the 36 for a gain of 3, and that should be the final play, and it will be the final play of the third quarter. 42-0 Wilmington. We'll go to the final 12 minutes and a running clock here at Grove City High School as the Greyhounds are in control, and they're going back to the Single-A District 10 championship game. You're listening to the semifinals here between Wilmington and Cambridge Springs on Sports Radio 96.7.
Imagine a bathroom that's not just a room, but a sanctuary. At Warner's Homes and Improvements, they believe in taking the time to get it right. That's why they are proud to introduce their bathroom installation service, where done in a day is a thing of the past. Experience the difference of a bathroom designed for you, not the clock. Visit Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or at warnerconstruction.com. Warner's Homes and Improvements, where your bathroom is our masterpiece. Don't rush perfection.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Start the fourth, and Hoover on the far side. He will connect with Corbin Shank for his first catch of the night. And that is how we get this fourth quarter going here, as Cambridge Springs trails 42-0, and that's going to take it for a first down to the 45-yard line of Cambridge Springs.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, again, we've seen some success there for Hoover, rolling out like that, finding receivers out into the flat.
Off the far hash, 1st and 10 for Cambridge Springs with 11:24 to go. Running clock here the rest of the way. Snap, Hoover going to carry to the right side. Hoover turns the corner. He gets flipped over as he gets to the 50. And he's into Wilmington territory to the 48-yard line. Good run on first down. It's going to bring up a second down and about 5.
Yeah, a lot of different names in for Wilmington. See a Cambridge Springs player down on the far sideline.
Let's take a timeout as well while they tend to the player. It's 11:04 to go in the third quarter, and Cambridge Springs will have a second down for you coming up next on Sports Radio 96.7.
Agriculture is more than a business. It's a way of life. My bank understands agriculture. They're local. They're here for the long haul. Agriculture is a business that varies like the weather. That's why I need a financial partner I can grow with, in good times and bad, whether or not.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
Saving lives means staying informed, knowing the dangers of using counterfeit prescription pills to help those you care about, and keep our community safe. Do your part. Take a first step today. Visit GetSmartAboutDrugs.com to access education, prevention, and treatment resources. Counterfeit prescription pills laced with fentanyl are deadly. Be their protector. Be informed.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
So while we were at break, Cambridge Springs picked up a first down on a run, and it's Hoover who's going to take it around the far end, and he's going to get a nice gain down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Again, a gain of 5 for Hoover to bring up second down and 5.
Farrell Steelers have their game into the Mercy clock as well. A game over on 790 WPIC with Bob and Mark. 38-0 Steelers now over Mercyhurst Prep in the end of the third quarter.
It's going to be second down and 5 for Cambridge Springs off the far hash. They attack the end zone to our left, down 42-0 here to Wilmington in this single-A semifinal. It's Hoover under center. They shift with Dale Smith and McFerrin in the backfield. They hand it off, and it is Russell again as he fights his way to the 35. It's going to be a gain of 4 that time, bring up third down and 1 as Wilmington starts to work in some backups here.
Yeah, Jaron Lorenz again, yeah. He's on that second defensive unit, but he plays a lot with that first unit and playing really well here and down the stretch with that second unit, third team in there.
8:49 to go. Ball resting right in the middle of the hashes. 3rd and 1 for Cambridge Springs. Just trying to get something here on film. Again, this is a young team. The two mainstays, though, Hoover and Kenya, are both seniors, so they are going to be gone. Hoover, busted play. Hoover takes off. He's going to have the first down. Good run by Hoover to keep it alive. He's down the sideline, and Hoover is going to take it to the house for the touchdown. A 35-yard touchdown run for Hoover. And for the first time tonight with 8:20 to go, Cambridge Springs is on the board on their biggest offensive play of the night.
Yeah, Hoover, the snap was high, but he was able to corral it and got a nice block down the sideline, able to tiptoe, got his bearings, and then just sprinted into the end zone. And Cambridge Springs, something to hang their hat on tonight. They're on the board.
Everett Moraski will attempt the extra point for Cambridge Springs. We get a whistle here before the kick. Looks like it might be offsides against Wilmington, so if it is, let's see if Nate Liberty opts to go for 2 instead. Might as well work on something, right?
Right. Really get to do much like this until the 7-on-7 of the summer and things get cranked up again, right?
Liberty, who came over from Fairview, he was hired in 2020 at Cambridge Springs. He's been there ever since, took Fairview to the playoffs. Cochranton he also coached at as well, as Moraski's point after try is away. And it is good. So our new score with 8:20 to go in this contest. Cambridge Springs on the board for the first time tonight after the 35-yard touchdown run by Hoover. It's still 42-7, Wilmington in front. You're listening to the Class Single A semifinals in District 10 on Sports Radio 96.7.
To live on your terms with personal care and daily assistance available if needed. Short-term stays are also available. For more information or to schedule your in-person tour, visit rwsv.org or call 724-347-0998. The Ridgewood at Shenango Valley, where comfort, care, and community come together. Equal housing opportunity.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Back here at Grove City High School, Eric Thomas, Chris Birch with you. It's 42-7 as Wilmington is in control here. Nice touchdown drive and a good touchdown run there by Hoover to get Cambridge Springs on the board for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Hoover. I mean, again, you kind of feel good for him there. He's had a really nice career for Coach Liberty, and gets a touchdown here in the about 8 minutes to go, a little more than 8 minutes to go in this fourth quarter of what will be his final game as a senior, right? So.
Coming up after the game, we'll award the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game, and we'll also take care of the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game Award. You can stay tuned in the post-game show here on Sports Radio 96.7 afterwards, as we'll give those two out and potentially hear from Brandon Fillion again, or someone from the Wilmington sideline, as the kickoff will be returned on the far side. And the Wilmington offense will be back out on the field here. It looks like they might get some reserves in, get some work here late in this game with 8:12 to go. Good to get some younger guys on film here.
Yeah.
See what they can do.
It's tough sometimes with, these single A games that are blowouts. It's a lot of these roster sizes are right around 25 or, and so it's tough to get a complete second team in. A lot of these schools don't even have a complete second team.
Yeah, there are some other classifications that play up that don't even have a second team.
Right.
So it's going to be all new personnel in there. Liam Crowley is also in there. He's going to wing the far side. They'll snap it off the far hash on first down. And a handoff. And first run of the night, or first attempt of the night, is going to be Jack Bruckner getting his first carry.
Bruckner, good-looking young player for this Hounds program. Certainly will be hearing some things about him over the next several years.
3-yard gain that time. Second down and 7. So we're inside 7.5 to go here in the fourth quarter from Grove City High School. Wilmington will break the huddle here, snap it from the far hash. 2nd and 7 from the 43. Crowley wing far side. I got a wing near side, tight end near side. And they will run again to the right, to the left that time. Going to have some new guys in there carrying the ball all over the place here late in this game.
Number 8, Hunter Stubel carries the
That's
ball.
Hunter Stubel who carries for the first time.
Brought down by number 20.
Rolling down under 6.5 minutes to go here in this game.
Greyhounds.
It's a 1-yard gain for Stubel, his first carry of the night. 6:23 to go. So Farrell is going to claim the 2A District 10 championship, and then next week it'll be Wilmington trying to defend its title. Saturday night, pitch, Crowley trying to find space, cuts back, does so nicely, spins around. Beautiful run by Crowley to get the first down for Wilmington with 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, boy. Crowley made a nice little cutback there, and yeah, good quick feet for Crowley, and yeah, well,
he is the 8th Wilmington Greyhound to carry the ball tonight. Just showing you that power as they got that second-team offensive line in there as well, and these guys all playing in the same system for the longest time.
Oh, yeah. They've had a great junior high teams, a good JV team this year. So
Drake Buchanan comes out to the near side. They'll snap it, give it to one of the end around. It's going to be Dominic Hagens who has the carry that time, and he's across the 45 up to the 47, the 48-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain that time. That's the 9th player now to carry for Wilmington.
Brought down by number 21, Bill Stanley.
yeah, that's
And number 79, John Daly. Second down for the Hounds.
yeah. So the Hounds keeping the clock moving here. His second group doing a nice job.
Second down at 6, under 5 to go. Let's see if this second unit can just wear out the remaining time on the clock here. And Wilmington will head to that District 10 Single A title game, Greenville, next week. At least that's the way it appears. So they'll officially have that matchup set here in a couple minutes. That's Bruckner once again on the carry, and that's a short gain to the 50.
Yeah, Bruckner came into the game with 16 carries, so certainly not a. Has played, has done some things under the Friday night lights here before tonight. But,
Brought down by number 3, Caden McCarron.
Second carry for 6 yards. His new quarterback in there too is John Pataki for Wilmington. He comes out just a sophomore. He's run the ball 5 times himself this season. Under 4 to go, 3rd down and 3, middle of the field for Wilmington. They attack the end zone to our right. They run that wing T as Pataki will snap and hand off, and that is Hagens once again. He maybe gets a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down and 2.
yeah, Hagens on that kind of that misdirection play. Nothing really happening there. Cambridge Springs just stayed home.
Pataki back on the field here with 3:20 to go. You might as well go for it here on 4th down.
Sure.
Again, this is no disrespect to Cambridge Springs. These are guys that need to get stuff on film, so they're just trying to work on something.
Right.
Put something on film here to look at down the line. There's going to be some evaluations done here soon by Brandon Phalion for his younger players. There's plenty coming back next year. They're going to get the first down anyway.
Yep.
As they hand it off to Bruckner.
Bruckner able to get that first down, and Wilmington probably will be able to run out the clock in this one here with this offensive series.
Big thanks to James Dotson running things here for us at Grove City High School. He kept the video stream going for you to watch this one tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in however you did tonight, whether it be on the radio, via the iHeartRadio app, or via Facebook. We thank you for watching the Lawrence County Sports Network as well. So we do one of our joint efforts here tonight with Wilmington. Pataki will hand off Bruckner. No, Pataki kept. That was a great fake by the youngsters. He gets to the 40. Gain of 4 that time. There's how many guys that now? 10 guys that have carried the ball.
I love it.
For Wilmington tonight.
Yeah.
Second down, Greyhounds.
It's going to bring up a second down. So we're down to 1:50 to go. 3-yard gain that time for Pataki. The numbers tonight for Wilmington are going to be the typical rushing numbers, although Vascal 2 touchdown passes tonight, so he has a quarterback rating of like 6,000 in this game.
Yeah.
90 seconds to go off the far hash, second down and 7. Pataki will pitch it, and that'll be Stubel once again, who is going to get his way down to around the 39-yard line.
Number 8, Hunter Stubel carries the ball.
Yeah, down under a minute here when they snap the football. So
Mike Motts had to stop that time for Cambridge Springs. We're going to get down to a minute to go here. 25 seconds on the play clock, so it's about 24-second differential. So Wilmington will have to snap it one time here. They can take a knee on this one if they want to, and then take a knee on 4th down. Really, they can just grind it out on 4th down and end it if they choose to. And it looks like that's exactly what they will do. It's 3rd down and 5. They hand it off. Crowley cuts upfield. He's going to have the first down, and that's going to officially ice it.
Yeah.
Down to the 30-yard line, a 9-yard gain for Crowley. And it is official now as Wilmington can let the last 22 seconds tick off the clock. And Brandon Phalian's crew is going to go back to the District 10 Single A Championship game with a resounding 42-7 win over Cambridge Springs tonight here. What a great performance by this Wilmington unit.
It's just a complete team having a complete performance here. And the Hounds are should be really, really happy with what they were able to accomplish tonight.
So final, Wilmington wins it tonight 42-7 over Cambridge Springs. We'll add up the final numbers for you, get you the MVP and the play of the game coming up next on our post-game show. Wilmington back to the District 10 Single A title game. Post-game show comes your way next on Sports Radio 96.7.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help. Decks, and all of your exterior needs are expert handled. Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding. Trust Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding. Provide a customized solution to your specific needs and preferences. They are an A++ rated and for unit silicone star rating. Their commitment to quality is at OhioRC.com.
Come out to the Sharon American Legion Post 299 and enjoy video every Thursday and Friday. First number called at 6:45. Join us for trivia night Thursday at 6 p.m. Our grill room serves up great food daily, and our kitchen is open Thursday through Saturday from 9 to 9. We really welcome all veterans to our community. Visit Sharon American Legion Post 299 on East 8th Street. Good company, times, and warm welcome.
Since 1925, Shenango Valley has relied on one name for all their insurance needs, Mailer Insurance. Through generations of trust, Mailer Insurance protects families, homes, and businesses, providing security in uncertain times. From auto and home to life and business, Mailer Insurance got you covered. Call Mailer Insurance today at 724-962-5757 for a free consultation, or visit them at MailerInsurance.com. Mailer Insurance, trusted for generations. Reinhardt's Agency affiliate.
Hello, Restoration, may I help you? Hello?
Oh, I'm waiting for the beat or the part that tells me what button.
Nope, I'm a real person.
Great. I've been leaving messages all trying to compare prices on my roof.
Oh, we can have one of our project managers call you to set up an appointment within an hour and get your house for an estimate within 24 hours.
Oh, that's
Well, that's what we specialize in.
Restoration, Korea's #1 roofing siding, windows, and door installer. Call today
Post-game here at Grove City High School as Wilmington defeats Cambridge Springs tonight 42-7, and the Greyhounds go back to the District 10 Single A championship games. We'll have a couple segments for you here. We'll give out our awards here momentarily. Let's look first at the scoring recap here in this one. 3:13 to go in the first quarter. It was Chase Mitchelltree, a 21-yard touchdown run, made it 7-0. Bit of a slow start for Wilmington in this game. They looked sluggish at first, trying to feel this team out. Cambridge Springs looked like it might actually string together a couple of drives early, but then it was Mitchelltree who breaks loose on a 21-yard touchdown run to open the scoring at 7-0. To the second quarter, 11:11 to go. Cale Kettering, a 50-yard touchdown run, made it 14-0. And then 6 minutes and change later, it was Freddie Zahetner with a 65-yard pick six to make it 21-0. Looked like it would stay that way for the half, but then a late touchdown pass from Wesley Vasgal to Zahetner from 45 yards out made it 28-0. Zahetner then scores his third consecutive touchdown in this game at 7:59 to go in the third to make it 35-0, put the game in the mercy rule. And then Mitchelltree with the icing on top, a 74-yard touchdown run with 2:06 to play in the third to make it 42-0. Hoover, to his credit, stays fighting here till the end. He adds a 35-yard touchdown run to his resume to cap the scoring at 42-7. Final statistical numbers here tonight for Cambridge Springs. Hoover finishes 3 of 6. He was picked off once. He threw for 29 yards. Dale Smith was 0 for 2 with an interception in this one. Rushing-wise, actually, Cambridge Springs, despite not having Brett Kenyon, they didn't run the ball terrible tonight. 34 carries for 165 yards, 50 for Hoover, 79 for Keem, who was great on 12 carries, and Russell added 6 for 36. But they just didn't have Kenya, and their rushing game tonight suffered because of it, and they were not able to withstand any drives, and they were missing something. They tried to really piecemeal it together with a couple of different guys in the backfield, but they just could not get into a rhythm running the football tonight. Although, again, they did run the ball pretty well for what they were missing here tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, again, you know, it's final score is 42-7. You don't want to make too big of a deal about one missing player, but you know, really, Cambridge Springs could not kind of ever get in any kind of rhythm. You know, missing Brett Kenya, and you know, so again, that certainly was an issue tonight for them.
For Wilmington tonight, they were typical Wilmington. As Wesley Vasgal finishes tonight 2 of 3 for 56 yards. Both completions were touchdowns, and that was all the passing for this team tonight. Rowan Miller, when he was in there, did not attempt a pass. The team runs 26 times for 311 yards tonight, spearheaded by Mitchelltree's 9 carries for $161 and 2 touchdowns. Kettering added 4 for 88 tonight. A carry apiece for Vasgal, Cam Kettering, and Zahetner. 3 carries in mop-up duty for Bruckner, who carried for 11 yards, 2 by Crawley for 18 of note from the reserves. Again, 26 carries for 311 yards for Wilmington tonight. Zahetner finished with both receptions for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns. This was typical Wilmington here tonight.
Yeah, that's it. I love the way you said that. Is just, kind of what exactly you'd think from this Wilmington team, what you'd expect. That's exactly what they went out and did, right? They moved the chains. They kept the clock rolling. They had a few big plays. The defense was awesome. They spread it around. 10 guys got carries. And Wilmington, a complete performance from a complete team.
We'll step aside for another timeout. When we come back, the segment number 2 of the postgame show, we'll talk about our awards here coming up, our play of the game and our MVP of the game. It all comes your way next as the postgame show rolls on from Grove City High School. You're listening to the District 10 semifinals on Sports Radio 96.7.
It's a great picture.
Number 1 income tax service. In daily, build their practice one client at a time, and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business taxes, Reed and Daily Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of the game. Reed and Daily Associates on South Fuel Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaily.com.
I just bought a used car.
As did I.
Mine has a slight dent in the driver's side door and a few other minor scratches, but hey, considering the deal I got, I can live with a few imperfections.
Well, I got the great price without the imperfections.
Whoa, there's no way that's used.
DK Auto LLC LLC is a veteran-owned and operated used car dealership in Grove City. And with DK Auto's attention to detail, were it not for the title, you'd swear you're driving new. See the amazing selections at DKAutoLLCPA.com.
Gosh, honey, what's got you all chef-tastic?
You know, it's our kitchen remodel. It's got me all inspired.
Oh, are you inspired enough to make dessert?
As a matter of fact.
Is it chocolate? Oh, it's chocolate! I love you. Get inspiration all year round with a brand new kitchen from Warner's Homes and Improvements. We create new kitchens that dreams are made of. We buy direct from the manufacturers, using top quality materials with no shortcuts. The latest in style and functionality for a fair price. Call Warner's today and get inspired. Warner's Homes and Improvement on Route 19 in Mercer or online at warnersconstruction.com.
Top Tier Federal Credit Union is now open at 2790 East State Street in Hermitage, near Cranex. Stop in or start your membership application online at toptierfcu.org. The credit union offers checking, savings, loans, and much more, and they incentivize you to do business with them with their special bonus dividend. Top Tier Federal Credit Union, everything banking should be. Personalized, simple, and member-focused. Now open at 2790 East State Street in Hermitage, near Cranex. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
The tax team at Reed & Daly Associates is the area's #1 income tax service. Reed & Daly built their practice one client at a time and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed & Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed & Daly Associates on South Fuel Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaily.com.
The fifth quarter show is brought to you by Reinhardt's Insurance. Insurance solutions to help you accomplish your goals. And now, proud sponsors of the Player of the Game.
Welcome back to the fifth quarter post-game show here at Grove City High School. Eric Thomas and Chris Birch with you as it's time to hand out some awards now. Our Player of the Game award, brought to you by Reinhardt's Insurance, is going to go to Chase Mitchelltree, who finished tonight with 9 carries for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Chase Mitchelltree of Wilmington, your Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game, in conjunction with News Talk 970 WPIC and Sports Radio 96.7. Reinhardt's Insurance is proud to honor Chase Mitchelltree of Wilmington for being named the Player of the Game. Chase will get a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Laundryman in Hermitage for being named tonight's Player of the Game. For more information, go to thelaundryman.com. Money will also be placed into a scholarship fund in the name of Chase Mitchelltree at the end of the 2025-26 sports season. One area athlete will be awarded the Reinhardt's Insurance Student Athlete Scholarship. For more details, go online to 790 WPIC or sportsradio967.com. Congratulations to Chase Mitchelltree of Wilmington, tonight's Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game. The Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game is powered by Landmark Information Services. So congratulations to Chase for his job tonight. The play of the game tonight. Let's talk first about Chase before we get into that. He was fantastic tonight as always. It's good to see him healthy and be able to shoulder the load for this team. 9 for $161 and 2 tutties.
Yeah, the thing about Mitchelltree, you look at all of the weapons that this Wilmington team has. Obviously the terrific kind of duo of quarterbacks. You have the Ketterings, as the kind of the other running backs. You have Freddie Zahetner out as a split end. But what Chase Mitchelltree does is he makes it so that the defense has to really focus on him, and then that opens everybody else up to do what they do. So yeah, Chase Mitchelltree, an awesome night. Got a lot of focus, opened things up for other people, but he himself, like you said, had a big night offensively in his stat sheet.
Fantastic to watch here as always tonight. Super excited to see Mitchelltree play tonight, and he did not disappoint. Let's take our final timeout, and then when we come back, we'll award the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. The fifth quarter postgame show rolls on here from Grove City High School. Wilmington wins it tonight 42-7. They are back in the District 10 Single A title game next week. They'll take on Greenville to defend their title next week. You're listening to the Single A District 10 semis on Sports Radio 96.7. Semis on Sports Radio 96.7.
I just bought a used car.
As did I.
Mine has a slight dent in the driver's side door and a few other minor scratches, but hey, considering the deal I got, I can live with a few imperfections.
Well, I got the great price without the imperfections.
Whoa, there's no way that's used.
DK Auto LLC is a better owned and operated used car dealership in Grove City. And with DK Auto's attention to detail, we're not for the title, you swear you're driving new. See the amazing selections at DKAutoLLC.PA.com.
Why is your auto loan not with Grove City Area Federal Credit Union? Seriously, why isn't it? If you financed your vehicle at the dealership, you're probably paying way more than you need. Refinance today and receive up to $100 from us. Lower your rate, shrink your payment, and smile more every month. It's fast and simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word auto to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
Ready to hit the road with confidence? Mancino's Driving School is your go-to destination for top-notch driving education. Whether you're a teen or an adult, Mancino's experienced instructors ensure you're equipped with essential skills and safety tips. Offering flexible schedules and personalized lessons, Mancino's Driving School make learning to drive convenient and effective. Visit our website at mancinosdrivingschool.com to enroll today and begin your journey toward becoming a safe, independent driver.
Imagine a bathroom that's not just a room, but a sanctuary. At Warner's Homes and Improvements, taking the time right. Why they are proud to introduce their bathroom installation service, where done in a day is a thing of the past. Experience the difference of a bathroom designed for you, not the clock. Visit Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or at warnerconstruction.com. Warner's Homes and Improvements, where your bathroom is our masterpiece. Don't rush perfection.
Why is your auto loan not at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union? Seriously, why isn't it? If you financed your vehicle at the dealership, you're probably paying way more than you need. Refinance today and receive up to $100 from us. Lower your rate, shrink your payment, and smile more every month. It's fast and simple. For more details, go to gcafcu.org or text the word auto to 724-458-7520. The Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Members of NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
When you're a grower, you know what it takes to thrive in the field. My bank understands and respects that. When you've got a financial partner working alongside you, it makes the days a little easier and the numbers all add up. My bank is experienced when it comes to agriculture. My family's been doing business with them for a long time. I'm independent. So is my bank.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
The fifth quarter show is brought to you by Reinhardt's Insurance. Insurance solutions to help accomplish your goals. And now,
welcome back to the fifth quarter postgame show here from Grove City High School. Eric Thomas, Chris Birch with you for one final time. And the last order of business here, we got to give away our lock, stock, and barrel play of the game. There's a lot to pick from in this game,
yeah,
but there was one play in particular that we're going to award this to tonight, and that is Mr. Freddie Zahetner, who had the big 65-yard interception return for a touchdown. That was a huge play in this contest tonight. And let's talk a little bit about Freddie. He was just kind of sitting there playing the outfield, and that came right to him, and he had a wall of blockers and took it to the house.
Well, remember, it was 21-0, but you just had the sense that perhaps Cambridge Springs could get back in the game at that point. But then Cambridge Springs tried the double pass. Remember that? So the starting quarterback Hoover passed it to Dale Smith, and then Dale Smith threw it right to Zahetner, trying to come back to Hoover. And Zahetner, like you said, just kind of playing back there like a center fielder, jumped the route, and there's nothing but blue shirts and green turf ahead of him. And he's able to go 62 yards in for the touchdown score, and that turned the game from being, maybe this game's going to be competitive to, okay, it's another Wilmington route, right? And it was Freddie Zahetner. Several plays of his could have been our lock, stock, and barrel play of the game, but that was the best of all of them.
Yeah, that certainly was. So Lock, Stock, and Barrel is proud to present the Play of the Game award to Freddie Zahetner of Wilmington. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, and Sports Radio 96.7. Proud to honor Freddie for tonight's Play of the Game. In recognition of the Play of the Game, money will be placed into a fund in the name of Freddie Zahetner, and at the end of the season, we will name one Player of the Year from all of our top plays. The Play of the Year football program will then be awarded with a cash donation courtesy of Lock, Stock, and Barrel. To see the full list or listen to the audio of all the plays of the game, go online to sportsradio967.com and click on High School Sports. Congratulations to Freddie Zahetner for tonight's Play of the Game, brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel. The Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game is powered by Landmark Information Services. 42-0. Wilmington wins it tonight over Cambridge Springs. They go back to the Single A title game in District 10. They'll take on Greenville next weekend. A chance to defend their crown, and then after that it is on to the state tournament if they get through that. And that landfill or that minefield that is awaiting them in Single A, because it is not going to be easy, but it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun to watch these teams duke it out over the next several weeks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a great Week 1 game between Wilmington and Greenville took place, and so, yeah, certainly the rematch will be a lot of fun there. Two Mercer County area schools going at it, and then, yeah, like you said, the winner of that one, probably Port Allegheny coming out of District 9. And then that great field of District 7 WPIAL teams will await the winner of that one. So lots of football left for these teams, and just great stuff, this Single A in Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it sure is. Going to be a lot of fun to watch these all play out over the next few weeks. So congratulations to Wilmington. Congratulations to head coach Brandon Faley. Game next weekend opposite of Greenville. And you can hear all that action coming your way next week on Sports Radio 96.7. That'll do it for us here tonight at Grove City High School. For my partner, Chris Birch, for James Dotson, for Ashley Pistachio, for our studio, Shannon, for our buddies Bob Greenberg, for all the help he gave us over the weekend, and for the staff here at Grove City High School, we bid you farewell. Final score for the final time. Wilmington in the books with a 42-7 victory over Cambridge Springs. They get to defend that District 10 Single A title next weekend. We'll talk to you then. Have a great rest of the weekend. Take care, and bye-bye.